and talk.
Hello gang, and welcome to this week's comments and question show. We've got a lot to get through today because we've had 7 videos since last time, all being in Malta, okay? So just before I start, can I just recommend, no, that's the wrong word to use. Can I just tell you about next Tuesday's video? There's no live show this week, okay? I'm up north in Lincolnshire, but Tuesday's video is a cooking video, how to make a lemon drizzle cake. Okay, do enjoy that. Didn't turn out very well. Okay, so Tuesday's video, how to make a lemon drizzle cake. I think you might just enjoy that one. Right, my latest cooking extravaganza. All right. Okay, here we go then. Lots and lots of comments to get through. Let's just read a couple out from the luxury pool with a sea view video, which was last week, of course. Susan says, I love watching your video, Chris. You brighten my day. Thank you, Susan. Got to keep smiling, my love. Patricia in Manchester, thank you, 007. That's where I got out of the pool. You know, I was very, very gorgeous. Very, very gorgeous. I'm definitely going to Malta, says Patricia. I don't think there's a direct flight with British Airways from Manchester. I keep getting Ryanair. You could be right. You could be right there. I see a lot of Ryanair planes there, to be honest. Did I see EasyJet? No. And Jet2. I definitely saw Ryanair and Jet2 holidays there, which of course would be a lot cheaper. All right, my love. The hotel is so nice. My mate's 60th birthday next year. She would love it. The Doubletree Hilton in Malta. Faultless, faultless. I have a life-size cardboard cutout of Daniel Craig that I found. If you want it, let me know. Or, I don't know. It's a bit past it, love, to be honest. No, I mean, don't get me wrong, good looking and all that, but a little bit past it. You know, I wouldn't fancy anyone my own age. Oh, please. Stupid old codgers sitting there moaning and farting on the settee while you're trying to watch the telly. I don't know how people do it. I really don't. Thank you, Patricia. Tara Wells enjoyed it. We were hoping I was going to buy the fish tile when I could have named it Tara. No, I've got one of them. Oh, hang on, can I lean over? You should never stretch. Oh, God. Oh, don't listen. Don't ever don't stretch like that. It's ridiculous. The times I've done something because I've dropped the remote control, you know, and it's just a little bit, and then talking of remote controls, something very strange has happened today, boys and girls, right? I've just had my breakfast, right? And I reached over for the remote control and it was there. Usually an elf or a goblin or something like that has moved it overnight to somewhere where I have not been able to find it again for weeks sometimes. Today, it was right next to me on the chair. That's very strange and mysterious, isn't it, Tara? Anyway, Tara, look. I've got 2 of them here with me. These are only €3.50. I think that's good value for that, look. And some of them are on the wall now, outside the front. I have put some of them on the wall with my no more nails, never to be removed again, on the front wall there. Thank you, Tara. Dawn551. Hello, Dawn. Chris, Malta is beautiful. I'd love to go one day. The many apartment buildings remind me of the old song Little Boxes. Do you remember that one, Chris? No, I don't know. Who's that boy? Little Boxes, I don't know. She says she's showing her age now. Don't worry about your age, my love. I really enjoyed your wandering and commentary. Keep up the good work, and where next? Exactly, Dawn. Where next? I've got to tell you, last night while I was at work, I was fiddling around on a computer. Let's just have a little look, because we are now coming into nice weather in the UK. Therefore, I'm a bit to shell out money going abroad when the weather's already nice here is that, you know, I don't really like doing that. But I did type in Portugal last night. I did type in Portugal, so who knows? I've definitely got to go to Sand Bay, hopefully in June or July, I think it was, I can't remember. But I haven't booked that. That's in the UK. It's an old Pontins place. And the reason for that would be we went there once as kids in the 1970s. I want to see how different it is, because it was brilliant when we went. I want to see how different it is, and I get some terrible stories about it. I've been told to book no longer than a couple of days because you'll just go mad. But we'll see. We'll see. Cough a little bit here. Not too bad. Mark Bowles. Hi, Mark. Hello. Mark. This was epic. Getting in that pool was a tad cold, dear. Fair play to you for getting in. Yes, there you go. Mark, you would have just walked into that pool. Just imagine we could have swum up and down together. You know, like two dolphins in love with each other. Oh, that would be nice. Oh, nearly lost my glasses then. Ice cream looked nice. You can have all the ice cream you want, Mark. That was a different part of the hotel. Then it looked like it was an area you wasn't allowed to be in. Oh, we like to be in places we're not allowed to be in, Mark. Yes, we do. Thank you, Mark. Keza Collins. When we stayed in St. Paul's Bay, it was definitely like being in Beirut. Malta is definitely Mama. Do you not like it, Kez? Okay, no, fair enough. Wouldn't it be boring life if we all liked everything? You know what I mean? It would be boring. Fred Jones enjoyed the chilling day in Malta. That's the one about the pool, me getting in the pool and out of the pool. Spoilt for choice with all those pools. I see Daniel Craig has lost his job. Oh, well, he's dead. He got shot dead, didn't he, 007? Where is the new James Bond? Come on. It's been about 6 years now since we had a good film. I wish they'd hurry up. I enjoyed that wander. Always good to see how other people live. And I do like living at people's houses, apartments. Well, it's funny you should say that. My biggest video this year, as in people watching it, was the one where I took you around my house. So nosy. So nosy. I think people were shocked at how untidy it was. Mark Bowles, I wonder what your house is like. Is it tidy? Are you a tidy person, Mark? The big spoons you saw in the shop are spoon rests for your utensils when cooking. So I know what they are now. Great big spoons, and the idea is, I think you put them on the kitchen counter, and then if you're stirring something, you then put that spoon on that spoon to stop the counter getting dirty, isn't it? That's right now. I would imagine boards with handles of cheese or meat. Charcuterie type boards, I guess. I don't know that word. More washing up, if you ask me. Exactly, Fred. Thanks, Chris. I'm glad your cough is getting better. We're on antibiotics now. I did go and see a doctor, and he's given me some antibiotics. So we're day 2 into those, and it is much better. Thank you very much. Andrew Holt. Hello, Andrew. You're new there. Hello, Andrew. Good job. It's included with the hotel. That was the restaurant, Sammy, and the sort of, it's not just a restaurant though, is it? Would you call that a spa? I think it's a spa. It is included with a hotel, yes. Beautiful place. Imagine finding out you just sauntered into a place costing €50 a visit and helping yourself to the pool, eating nothing, and then buggering off. Yeah, well, I would have done that. To be fair, they didn't check me. I don't know if they can, like, see people coming down that corridor underneath the road and back up again. Maybe there's a camera there. I had to touch my card on the card reader thing to go back into the hotel that way. I don't seem to remember touching it to come to Sabby, the spa there. Thanks, Andrew. Francis Raffle, the board with the bangle on it was for cheese. You could use it for anything, and a big spoon is a spoon holder, as the other person said there. You put on your worktop and put a spoon you've stirred your food in. If you put the dirty spoon on the spoon holder, it saves you getting your worktop dirty. I loved going on your travels. I go when in England by myself and love it. I can do what I want. Exactly, Francis. I can do what I want when I want. I feel like going on a coach trip organised by a coach firm I go away with. I'll go if I don't... I'll go if I do not want. I won't. I'll go if I want, not if I won't. Okay. The street at the side of me had cobbled stones and the council laid tarmac over... Oh, how awful is that, eh? Oh, that's just awful, isn't it? Destroying... cobbled street like that. I suppose the reason is really they don't want to can't be bothered with the upkeep of it or something like that, I would assume. Anyway, thank you, my darling. Next video is last week's comments and questions. Comments and questions coming up here, boys and girls. Let's have a little look here. So we're talking the comments from last week's comments and questions. So Maureen enjoys all the comments. Thank you, Maureen. Wendy Jones there. Hello, Wendy. You said you were going to be the new face for the test card. Well, you've certainly got the right shirt to help us adjust our horizontal holds. Actually, this is a bit like that and all, isn't it? This one. I think this is Paul Smith, this one. It's about, blimey, 6 or 7 years old now. Can you remember having to do that back in the golden days? Turn that little button because the picture was rolling. You turn the button, it got slower and slower, and then just stopped, didn't it? Yes, of course I remember that. I'm not being cheeky. I'm a couple of years older than you. But that's all right. You say anything you want. I'm not one of the... listen, there's no Gen Z here or millennial. I do not get offended. If you send something that is offensive or annoys me, I just won't read it out. That's it. No, trolls, you send in as many emails as you want. You won't get any bleeding airtime on this programme. In fact, I quite like letters of offence. I like them. What I do is I print them off and then I cut them into small pieces and I use them in the toilet when I've done a number 2 to wipe myself with. So you send as many of those in as you want. Not you, obviously, Wendy. Not you, darling. You sound like a nice person, like most of the people here, like almost all the people here. I've been binge watching your Cologne videos when we was in Germany, followed by the Malta trip, and you've gone straight to the top of my subscription list. I'm at the top. We're at the top. I'm on the top of the world, looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find. That's a Maureen classic at the karaoke, you know. The Carpenters. Oh, I like them. Yesterday once more, and solitaire's the only game. Oh, that was as I'm in tears, that one, solitaire. And every road that takes you down. My sister's probably watching this. She don't like all this mucking around. She don't. No. Why don't you just read the comments? Why do you have to sing and tell stories all the time? Because that's what I do, sis. That's what I do. I'm seeing her tomorrow. My I can't read that other bit. My 3 for a long time have been the Butlers, Tracy and Ben, and Stacey and Gary. Now you've made it to my top 4. Dun, 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 dun. Thank you, Wendy. I only get 3 hypes a week, so I'm spreading them between you 4 on a rota system. Don't want to lose any of you. Oh, Wendy, darling, you don't worry. Don't worry, lovely. That's whatever you do is fine, and it's very kind of you for the hypes. Thank you very much. Oh, Wendy, I didn't realise you'd given me one this week. Thank you for giving me one. Yeah. Fred Jones, great comments and questions, like going over the week's events with my mates. Jet 2. Come on, multiple hands. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And now, with only £50 deposit per person. That one. I love that advert. That's one of the best adverts ever on the telly, isn't it? No thanks. They are the new 18 to 30s. Avoid these like the plague. Looking forward to more Malta. And, of course, Daniel Craig impressions. Perhaps that could be a thing, you know? If I go to different places, I could do Daniel Craig coming out of the pool wherever I am, and you can vote on which one you like the best. Do I need Speedos, though? It's not quite the same in those shorts, is it? Do I need Speedos? And if so, what size would you like me to purchase? I wonder if Mark Bowles wears Speedos. I can imagine not. The lads tend not to wear those awful Speedos. It's only the middle-aged, fat, balding blokes like myself, and I don't. The lads tend to... In fact, the lads, for some reason, seem to wear pants underneath their swimming shorts. Have you noticed that, girls? They pull their pants with a little designer label so we know that they've spent money on a pair of pants like Eve's... like Calvin Klein or something like that. They pull those up so you can see that band, and then they pull the shorts slightly down so that we can see the brand. But it's very strange. They do it in the swimming pool, and I'm just concerned that these are not new pants and that they've been on for a few weeks. Very, very mucky. Very, very mucky. Hello to the lovely Shaz Keeling. Hello, Shaz. She loved the show. You are a breath of fresh air. Always smiling and funny. Keep smiling. Oh, please smile, people. Please don't be sitting there unhappy. I know it's hard, and I know. I get the depression. Seriously, you wouldn't think so, would you? I get the depression. I know. I know. We all have little different things going wrong, don't we? Thank you, Shaz. Vicky Ainsley. Hello, Vicky. She's new. Hello, Vicky. She loves the vlogs. I find myself answering as you're chatting away. Well, Vicky, it's better than talking to yourself, love. Better to watch this and answer me like we're having a conversation, then talk to yourself. People think you're mad if you're talking to yourself, you know. I don't talk to myself. I'm talking to you, you see. If I was sitting here with nothing running around in front of me and I could be on that chair, you know, people might think I'm mad. Sent you 3 hypes. Wow. And that little dance had me laughing. Can't wait to see the rest of the trip. Thank you very much. I like a little dance, Vicky. Oh, 3 hypes, my God. Careful, Vicky. I have got antibiotic runs at the moment. You know what that means, don't you? That's all I'm saying. At the moment, I've got antibiotic runs. It started yesterday. God. These things, you see, you get a pill for something and it starts doing something else to you, doesn't it? Awful. Hello to Chris Sile. You are funny, but please, not the bucket hat. If I'd have read this before, I would have got that and put it on just to annoy you. Don't like the bucket hat then? Oh, that cost me about $15 in Disney a couple of years ago. No, not Disney. Great Universal, or whatever it's called. Universal. Christine Spencer. Hi, Chris. Thanks for a fantastic comments vlog. I laughed so much from start to the end. Christine, love, that's what this is all about. Everything I do is to try and get you to smile a little bit, okay? Some people have said that sometimes, you know, I might be doing something, it's quite informative and all that. That's not really what I do. I try to get people to smile. That's all I've ever done, whether it's been with my music, organ playing, little radio shows, and now this. Oh, it's all I try to do, just to take your mind off all the crap that's going on around us all the time. Thank you, Christine. Matt Martins is there in Canada. Hi, Chris. Let's see how... Oh, it's not bad. Not bad. Look. That's a shorter message today, Matt Martins. Thank you. Matt, once again, thanks for kindly reading all of our comments. I promise that I will always have the intention of keeping my comments brief, but the truth is, Jake and I enjoy them so much we have a lot to comment on. Well, I'll have to do a second comment show if this carries on like this, Matt. Perhaps I should do a comment show just for your comments, dear. Then you can make them pages long. Pages. The truth, regarding your proposal, Jake has asked me to whip out the credit cards and get that clock shipped to Bracknell. Oh, this would be the Maltese shop, wouldn't it? The Maltese clock that I saw, €1,500. Beautiful clock. Beautiful clock. Get it shipped to Bracknell as soon as possible, as it sounds like he would do just about anything to see you step foot on Canadian soil. That's his little boy, Jake. Sending lots of love from both of us in Winnipeg, Canada. You never know, Matt. You never know, Matt. I might suddenly appear. I might suddenly appear in Canada, and then maybe we can go to church together. That'd be quite nice. Sorry, what denomination are you? I can't think what... I don't think you're Catholic, are you? It doesn't matter, though. You know, we could go to a church together. I'll come to your church. Be quite nice. Hello to Janet Tinkler. Love your name. Tinker. Janet is tinkling away. Thank you, Janet. Always flush your chain afterwards, my love. Minto, you are a breath of fresh air, Chris. I was feeling very down. I'm going to do down now for you, okay? That's how you were feeling, isn't it? It's horrible, isn't it, feeling down? But watching your videos does cheer me up. I'm glad about that, Minto. Yeah, it's horrible feeling down. We all go through it, don't we? You know, sometimes in our lives, horrible times, happy times. I'm just trying to think of one single happy time that's happened to me in the last 50 years, and I can't. I'm just a manic depressant, I think that's what it is. Anyway, Minto, yeah, try and keep smiling, love. Put it away from your head for a while. Difficult, I know. Valerie, have you been in the sea, Chris? It looks so inviting from your balcony. Do you know, I didn't know. I had a couple of opportunities to go in the sea while I was there, but sadly, I forgot my swimming trunks with me. I didn't really know, like in particular the Popeye place. The Popeye place that I talked to you about. I mean, the sea there looked beautiful, and I didn't have my shorts with me. Also, in seas, I like to have something on my feet as well, like an old pair of trainers or something like that, because you don't want to be stepping on a sea urchin, which someone mentions they do have there. Very, very painful. Thank you, Valerie. Christine Spence says there was someone behind you on the upstairs balcony when I was recording this last week, which I didn't see, to be honest. Thank you very much. Okay. Held, and we're doing held there. 1 moment, please. Response status unresponded. Apply. That's it, okay? That's all the comments on last week's comments and questions show. Now we move on to the show entitled Hidden Malta Gems. Malena Church's Secret Grotto Hunt, Popeye Village, and Insane Anchor Bay Views. And that was it, Anchor Bay. I had the opportunity to go in the sea there, and I didn't have my blooming my swimming shorts with me, unfortunately. But you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? Right, let's just try and do this. 2, 5, 4. These are in the wrong order. 1 minute. Bum bum bum. Newest. That looks better. And unresponded. Sorry, darlings, 1 second. I'm doing something wrong here. I think, oh, what am I doing wrong here? Hang on. No, it's, they'll all be unresponded, won't they? Of course they will. All right. Tash enjoyed this one. Have certainly shown us a lot of the island. Thank you, Tash. Michelle Nadia. Hello, Michelle. New person there. The actor of Popeye is Robin Williams, of course, when he was very young. I still, you know, even when I walked around there, I don't think I remembered the film at all. Must be a very old film, innit? Maureen enjoyed seeing the church there. So many steps for you to climb to show us the Popeye film set. Thank you for showing us the wonderful coastal views. Wouldn't you like to wake up to that every morning, Maureen? That just coastline, beautiful. Sonia Welford loved the Popeye video. Thank you, Sonia. As indeed did our lovely Kizzy Finn. Thank you, Kizzy. Fred Jones. Well, hello to you, gorgeous one. Sorry? Where? I don't see any gorgeous people here, Fred. That was a nice opener to your vlog. This is the Popeye one, okay? What a lovely day out, Chris. It's a little known international law that one is allowed, in fact, to have more than one ice cream a day when on holiday, and I certainly took full advantage of that law. Love the churches, Grotto and Popeye's house. We had similar Formica kitchen cupboards when I was a kid. That bay, you would not be able to hold me back. I would be in for a swim before you could say Popeye. I thought those bed things all lined up looked a bit odd. Lovely day. Thank you, Chris. Yes. Thank you, Fred. Actually, I don't know if you've seen my Claridge's video. I've been to Claridge's in London a few times. And they have, in the spa section downstairs, there's about 5 beds at the end. They used to have curtains in front of them. They took them off. I think they were goings on. I think they were goings on. They removed the front curtains the last time I went there. There must have been goings on behind there. Not me. Good God, no. Have a bit of decorum, people, please. Honestly. Hello to Christopher. DR5XU. Hello, Chris. Another new person. Hello, Chris. In the summertime, it's better for the kids because in the water, they have all these bouncing toys and it gets very busy there. I assume you're talking about the Popeye. Yeah, there were toys in there. I did notice that. I've enjoyed it and been round there a few times. Going this July and going to do the grotto and walk around Malta. The grotto is when you go down these steps. It was a bit difficult to find, so I hope by you seeing the video of me looking for it and eventually finding where it was helps you there, all right? Incidentally, down those stairs, when I was doing the roadworks, on the other side, so I had the ice cream, didn't I? Down the stairs there are toilets, all right? Just to let you know. And all those Maltese toilets are free. You know, you haven't got to tap money. No, not one toilet asks for bleeding €2 or something like that. Very well run, the public services there. Leslie and Roy, enjoyed the video. Nice to see the Popeye Village. When we went in 1983, it was 50 cents. It's grown a lot since then, and you're very natural. Thank you. Height! Leslie! Oh! What are you doing to me? Leslie and Roy. Oh dear, it was like an electric shock. Did you see that? I don't know if that was dangerous for my little heart. My broken heart. Thank you, Leslie and Roy. Every week. Mark Bowles, I love the Popeye bowl and cup. Oh, you should have told me. I need them in my life. I might have to make another visit there, Mark. I wonder if anyone would like to come with me, Mark. Be quite nice, wouldn't it? Climbing up and down. You could help me, couldn't you? Climbing up and down these Popeye places. Then I could go in that shop and buy you the Popeye bowl and cup. How long would you like to go? A week's enough, isn't it, Mark? A week's enough, you know. Shall we go for a week, Mark? I think that'd be an excellent idea. Richard Crooks, enjoyed it. Thank you, Richie. Ciao Muffet. In Malta, in particular, churches have 2 clocks set at different times to confuse the devil. See, I told you before about I learn from you. Whoever would have thought that? The churches in Malta, a lot of them have 2 clocks to confuse the devil or prevent evil from disturbing mass. Exactly. Oh, I love the church and the grotto, and that bay was beautiful. I wish I was there. It was just stunning, that bay. Ciao. And as for the disturbing mass, you want to hear some people in the choir at church. Oh, that is disturbing. Very, very disturbing. I have to keep putting down the red button on the organ to try and drown them out. But the Lord appreciates everyone who sings and makes any effort at all, no matter how good or bad they are. Otherwise, I wouldn't be making all those mistakes that I go. Kazzy, oh no, Chris, my knees would not be doing all those stairs at Popeye Village. Oh, stop mucking around, Kazzy. Get some new ones, girl. NHS are giving them away. They're giving them away. You might have to join a list, though. Couple of years of pain and suffering, unless you're lucky enough to have the money to go and do them yourself, my love, all right? I was relieved when you did not go up those steep steps up high. No, I do not like heights either. No, don't like heights. Don't like heights. I think that's possibly one of the problems I've got of getting on roller coasters. And then it stops at the top, doesn't it? Oh, no. Why would you want to go on something where you think you're going to die? Why would you, I mean, no. Why would you want that? Craziness. Thanks, Kazzy baby. Shania on the Isle of Wight. The pictures in the church around the arch side of the chapel, I think, were the mysteries of the Rosary. Thank you, Shania. Thank you, Shania. Josephine Saunders. Hello, Josephine. Hi, Chris. Loving the tour of Malta. The churches are amazing. The feeling of serenity comes across. Love the sounds of your feet walking about. See, I mentioned this on one of the shows, didn't I? I remember, so it was you, Josephine. Thank you. It really feels like I am walking with you. Went to see Popeye's film years ago with my children. In my opinion, it was the most boring film I've ever seen. In fact, I fell asleep. Oh, me and my nephew did that. Let me tell you in a minute. Robin Williams paid Popeye. Thanks for cheering us all up. Well, Josephine, some years ago, and I have mentioned this in my videos, somewhere is about 5 or 6 videos when I took my nephew to Disney in Florida. It's about 10 years ago. I was looking for them a few weeks ago for someone else, and I couldn't quite find them. I will have another look. And if I find them, I will add them to my playlist, which I think is Travelling with Chris. Okay? There's some way of subscribing to playlists. I'm sorry, I don't know how you do it, but there is definitely a playlist. There's a playlist called Cooking with Chris, Reardon's Reviews, Talk Show, and one of the playlists is now called Travelling with Chris. I think it's called that. So somehow you can join that playlist. So if it's a travel vlog, it tells you about it. I think it's a bit different to a subscription. I think you can have both subscribed and travel list. I'm not 100% sure. Someone will know that. So do let us know what all that's about. But I created a playlist, Travelling with Chris. When I find the vlogs of me and nephew Jimmy, remember this is 10 years ago. He's married now with his own little family when he was 17. I'll try and add them to the Travelling with Chris list, and you'll be able to watch them there. Yeah, that was it. So when we were in Disney, we also went to Universal when we were there, and we went to see the film Gravity. Oh my God, how did that film win all those awards? It was one of the most boring. It was so dark. It was just dark all the time. Do you know what I mean? Because we were in a spaceship. And I looked over it, and there was me, my nephew, and a bloke sitting way behind us. This is in America. And after a while, I thought, oh God, this is so boring. I looked across at my nephew. He'd pulled his hood up and gone to sleep. It was that boring. Gravity. You may have liked the film. How does boring stuff win all those awards? You know, if that was the case, I would win lots of awards, wouldn't I? Thanks, Josephine. Matt Martins enjoyed it. Jake and I are living through your Malta trip. That walk through Popeye Village was extremely interesting for us to see, especially as Jake has not yet seen the film or cartoon, so they're going to watch it now. And those anchor bays are easily some of the best you've captured yet in Malta. Cheers for taking us along. Thanks, Matt and Jake there. Wendy Jones. I think they should bring out one of those colourful tiles you like, titled The Legend. The painting would be a picture of you in that James Bond T-shirt. Should sell well. Thank you, Wendy Jones. Anne Stewart. Thanks, Chris, for sharing your journey. The scenery is lovely. Some of the best scenery I've ever seen in Malta, I'm telling you. Candles by Josette. Is that your business? Do you make candles? Do you make candles? I've got a big candle here, look. I haven't lit it for ages. It's kind of all the black, like the, what's it called? The wick has got a bit, you know, dirty there. What is it? Bourbon pumpkin. You know, funny. The funny thing is you don't need to light it. It's a lovely smell, that. Oh, it's heavy. Heavy on my old dislocated shoulder. Candles by Josette says, hi, Chris. People in Malta leave... the plastic bottles. You remember the plastic bottles of water outside the front door? Couldn't work out what that was. Hi, Chris. People in Malta leave plastic bottles filled with water on their doorstep, primarily to prevent stray cats and dogs from weeing, defecating, or marking their territory on their houses. It's a traditional folk remedy based on the belief that the water's reflection or glare confuses or scares the animals away. Thanks for sharing your video. Who would have known that? See? We learn more, don't we? Jay Steer, 9222. Hello, Jay. You wouldn't have much luck putting yourself through the mangle. It didn't have a handle. Very, very well. I wondered who would spot that one first. Congratulations. Very pleased. You see, there are little tests sometimes that I put, and you have passed the test. Well done, darling. Oh, someone replied to your comments there. Wendy Jones, a couple of vlogs ago, someone mentioned that if 2 clocks were put up, then that would confuse the devil. So we got one there as well. So thank you very much for that. Oh, what have I done? Okay, there we are. Lynn in London. I think she's on the clocks as well there. Hi, Chris. More beautiful churches. I wonder why the 2 clocks, though, obviously must have a meaning or reason for it, which we've now found out, haven't we? I remember the Popeye film. It starred Robin Williams. It's nice they have left the buildings in place as a tourist attraction. Stunning location. Thanks for taking us along. Thank you, Lynn there, my love. Jay Stair also says they've tidied up the grotto entrance. Since I used to go to Malaya, it used to look quite intimidating with just an old gate in the wall. It was a very peaceful place. I sat after I finished doing the film. I just sat there for a while. Lovely in there, beautiful place. And Jenny Hayler, another one on the water bottles. Hello, Jenny. The water bottles on the doorstep are there to deter stray cats and dogs from weeing or marking their territory on the houses. The bottles often filled with tap water to scare or confuse animals through light refraction, as I read. Very similar, isn't that, to that other comment there, almost word for word there. Wow, look at that. 2 different people, almost the same comment. That's interesting, isn't it? Well done. Thank you to you two for helping us with that. Anyway, beautiful churches, said Christine Hodge. Paintings amazing, views so lovely. Keep the flies off your cake, maybe. Thanks for sharing. Tony's Top Tips Workshop. Clearly another channel. Hello, Tony. Hi, Chris. New to the channel. Hello to you, Tony. My wife watches you and got me interested. I've watched most of your videos now and hope to watch many more. They're years. Glad you're enjoying your holiday. Looks a very interesting place and hyped me. Thank you, Tony. Thanks for the hype, mate. Yeah, these videos go back a long time, actually. I was inspired by an old man, actually, who does... who I don't think he's around anymore, to be honest. He was in his 70s, and he used to sit in this chair and tell us about all his stories. This is before high definition videos, you know. It was a little bit 640 by 480. Do you know what I mean by that? You know, it's a little bit not quite clear. And then as time went on, I think he upgraded his camera or phone, maybe. This is all done on an iPhone, what I'm doing now, right? And he was a lovely old man. And I watched him and I thought, that was great. And that kind of inspired me to do it. Although these shows, these sit down and talk shows, do you know what the main inspiration is? The old ITV announcers. Yeah. That was mine. I have actually been doing these for years. I'm one of the longest people on YouTube, actually, who's been doing those, although they never really took off for me until last October, when there was a particular video, which I've told you about before, in a garden centre with my nephew, Gary, and for some reason it just went mad, and ever since then we've kind of rolled along a little bit more, and it's nice, you know, the more the merrier. As I've said before, you know, if you ever fancy sharing one or a few of my videos on your Facebook walls or sharing them with friends, this is much appreciated. Okay, it's all about spreading the love and just trying to get a few more people smiling. Really, that's what I like, to see people smiling. Okay, sometimes it's difficult if you get an a-hole. Do you know what I'm saying? If you get an a-hole and you try and they're just not having it, then that's just how it is. I don't usually take much notice of those people. I'll try for a while and then I just give up, and that's it. So, you know, you've got to kind of be along and smiling along with us. Do you know what I mean? Thank you, Tony. Glad you're enjoying your holiday there. Looks an interesting place to visit, and it really is, Tony. It really is a lovely place to visit, Maud. So much to see there. I saw just a small amount. And we went in. You could argue that, oh, we've seen an awful lot of churches this week. Believe me, there's more than that. a lot more than that on there, okay? Linda Lofthouse, hi Chris, another brilliant video. Enjoyed the church and the beautiful dome. Never realised there was a Popeye village. Oh, I haven't done the theme yet, have I? I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Bingo wings. What a waste of time it is me going to that gym, innit? It just is. Nothing happens. As you saw from the Daniel Craig moment. Nothing happens at that gym. You wouldn't think it. All that swimming, gym, walking, cycling, picking up litter. Still fat. Don't get it. Actually, there is a tablet that I have to take which causes lipo something, fat in places where it shouldn't be. There is a tablet that I take, which is probably what is doing it, to be honest, just in case you were wondering. Linda Lofthouse, never realised it was a Popeye village. How blooming steep was it? I'd have got down but never got back up without medical supervision. Sometimes I think about ringing a doctor because I can't get out of the chair, love. Don't worry, the water was stunning. Would have had a little paddle myself. I did think about having a paddle. Glad you're having a wonderful time. Might have to book Malta for next year. Hyped you. If you go when I went, so end of April, temperature, it doesn't get too hot at that point, right? And not too busy, right? Over the coming few weeks, they'll be pouring in. And it also does appear to have become a little bit of a party island for the younger people. So if we do, I don't think we have many people young watching this programme. But if you are, and you're looking for a bit of a party island, I think Malta might be the place for you and your mates, all right? Let us know if perhaps we have any younger people watching, sort of 18 to sort of 34 sort of age group. If you're watching this and you've been to Malta or you're considering going, do let us know. And if you're going to go and you've been and then come back, let us know about it then as well, okay? All things Clarice. Hello, Clarice. Evening, lovely Chris. Hello, my love. Just watching you walk to the church and you mentioned bottled water and she looked up the info. Here we go again. The Maltese put bottles of water outside their houses to deter dogs. 2-litre bottles of water are the boundary wall of a luxury villa at, oh, who would like a luxury villa somewhere like Malta? Yes, please. At intervals and flank the front doorstep of a townhouse. Please note that in popular Maltese culture, the pavement in front of the house is considered part of the house. Peeing there is not welcome, and the Maltese believe the water bottles keep the dogs away. Big hugs, and I've hyped for another fabulous vlog. Thank you, all things Clarice. Rita King. Rita. I love that name. Rita. We have a lady for Rita goes to the church. Rita. I call it Rita. Hello, Rita King. You're very respectful to everyone you meet, as indeed is your sister. I watch her channel as well. I know you're both adopted and are so different, but believe are very close. Actually, we are. We're very, very close. Really close, believe it or not. Your adopted parents must have had wonderful hearts. Oh, they did. And I miss them all the time. I feel incredibly lucky to have been chosen by two people like that. I wasn't always a good boy, believe me. Certainly in my early 20s, I was horrible. I was horrible, and it really kicks you down when they've gone. But we did have the most wonderful parents, neither of who are here anymore. My mum died in 2000 and my dad in 1996. May they rest in peace. Austin Graves, about your cheap sliders. In South Africa, we have a saying translated from the Afrikaans. Cheap buy is an expensive buy. Well, you're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong, Austin. In fact, I now have news. Would you like to see them? Oh, all right then. Just a minute. Let me go and get them. Oh, hang on. Oh, careful, Chris. Don't lose the bleeding page. What was that? Hidden Malta gems. Let me get the next page up and I'll go and show you my new sliders. Yeah. Adidas. Oh, yes. This time I've spent the money. On your advice, Austin. On your advice, my friend. Hang on. Most relevant, newest, response status. Right, hang on a minute. Let me just go and get my. I know you're very, very interested in my dress. Can you keep an eye on the windows, see if we get any more animals going past? Let me know. Oh dear. Excuse me. Right, I'll get the. I hope you can still hear me out here, incidentally. I wonder how good this Bluetooth microphone is. There's the new ones. 1 minute. Oh, I've got 3 pairs here. Hang on. Ow. Oh, it's all right. I'm just bending over and it hurts. Everything hurts when you move, doesn't it? Right, open the door. First of all, I'm going to show you my very old sliders. Oh! I think one day I'm going to do that. I did do that in this chair once, and it collapsed. One of the bolts had come loose. Here are the old sliders. Very comfortable. Many, many years old. The tick one. Is that Adidas? No. I don't think it is. Nike. Very, very old. In fact, so old that that's come off. But very comfortable. No tread on them whatsoever. Here are the cheap ones that I bought from Matalan. Right? Okay? Very uncomfortable. Very, very uncomfortable to wear. Right? And here are the new Adidas train. Look, Adidas. Very comfortable. Like the old ones. So these are the new ones, okay? All right, Austin. Are you happy now, love? That I've spent a bit of money on your advice, eh? Tea's going cold. My dad used to have a big cup of tea like that, and he would literally wait until it went stone cold. Seriously, my dad. Wonderful man. Very, very family orientated, my dad. Would do anything for his family. Same as Martin, my sister's husband. Very, 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 very family orientated is Martin. All right, here we go. The next video is Gozo Malta travel vlog, where we took the ferry to Gozo. Cheap ferry, hop on bus fail, and best scenic views. Tara, hi Chris, sorry about all your troubles with the hop on hop off bus, but what a reward you got at the Basilica of Our Lady of Tarpinu. What a wonderful, magical place. The church was just so beautiful. It was worth the journey. That would be worth a 12-hour journey on a plane going to see that place. Not just inside the church. The surroundings and everything were just amazing. Just amazing. Yeah, Tara, I'm glad you saw that. In fact, you know what? I think I'm going to watch that. I'm going to watch that one myself. I don't usually watch my own videos, but I'm going to have a watch of that and watch the inside of the church again. Just stunning. Hello to Diane Gaku, I think it is. Gakai? I'm sorry if I've pronounced that wrongly. I know sometimes with foreign names I do struggle to pronounce them, and my apologies in advance for that. I try my best, okay. Diane says, your videos are very enjoyable. I'm glad you liked my motherland of Gozo. Are you from there? Wow, how lucky were you to live on there then? Wow. Tarpinu Basilica is a very special place. You know what? I'd like to go to Mass there. Can you holiday on Gozo? Presumably you can. Presumably you can. I wasn't keen on the city, but it's not because it was a horrible city, right? I just don't like cities anymore. You know, I don't think you'll be seeing me doing any videos in Birmingham, for example, or Manchester. I don't like cities. I really don't. Thank you, Diane, for your lovely... if you're watching this, Diane, can you stay on Gozo? Is like a hotel there or something like that, maybe? I'd love to go to Mass there. Have they got a choir? Do you know much about it at all? Oh, well, that would be something, wouldn't it? Imagine getting up on the Sunday morning and taking the journey there on a bus or something like that, going through all that beautiful countryside and then ending up there. Wow. Wow. And there's people that do that every day, every week, isn't there? Thank you, Diane, and welcome to the show. Lots of new people today, so a warm welcome along to all of you. All right. Ernest Bailey. Hello, Sir Ernest. What a lovely video. It's a shame you didn't go up the hill opposite the Tarpinu Church. Again, I might be saying that wrong, okay? As when you start walking up the steep climb, there are all the stations of the cross, all the way to the top. finishing where Jesus is on the cross. It's a steep climb, but there are people who reenact it, walking in bare feet every year on the specific day. Good Friday, that would be. It was a real eye-opener to me when I walked it when we first went to Tarpinu 20 odd years ago. I admit I had some tears. Like you say, certain things do grasp you. I didn't see that, Ernest. Oh, what a shame. You see, there are advantages sometimes to having a guide with you, because that would have been pointed out. I didn't know that was there. I think that basilica, I wouldn't mind going back to that again, I must say. Thank you, Ernest, and welcome to the show. AJSX86, the Azure window collapsed in 2017 following a big storm. Yeah, I spent ages looking for that, didn't I? Eventually, someone did tell me, so you know where the arch... No, I don't know where the arch is. And then someone eventually said, no, it collapsed years ago. It's still on the bleeding advert. There's another arch on Gozo, which is Wide Il Mila. Unfortunately, not as stunning as the Azure one was. Oh, it was a shame we didn't see. But it was nice walking around, weren't it, Shania, the artwork outside the Basilica, is the Mysteries of the Rosary. 2 mysteries on each side. Shania, thank you. Maureen enjoyed the views there. The Tarpinu Basilica was very beautiful. Thank you, Maureen. Matt Martins. Truly wonderful following you along on this journey for Gozo. The scenic views of Ramla Bay and the stunning artwork with the Tarpinu Sanctuary were absolutely breathtaking. They were. I mean, and on the sun, the little gold bits, the sun reflecting in them. Jake and I loved watching this video and seeing your moments of reflection at the cathedral. Thank you, Mark, Matt, and lovely little Jake. Kizzy, enjoyed the vlog. Thank you, Kizzy. Carol Mills, loads of new people. Hello, Carol. Welcome along to the show. Just a little bit of fun, this really. That's all we do on this channel. Just a bit of fun. Chris, thanks for sharing your holiday. I was getting stressed for you trying to find that bus stop. You were so calm. Yeah, Carol, I'm calm because you're there. Seriously. Right, because if I was on my own, I can't, and I would really stress out. I'm very good at getting lost. Really good. Really good. But I know you're there. It was the same in general. I feel a little bit lost here. And then I just start talking to you. And I don't feel lost anymore. Although I am completely lost. In fact, my whole life I've been lost, to be honest. A lost cause. Who's the saint of hopeless cases? Is it Saint Jude? Seriously, there is a saint for hopeless cases. Saint Jude is the saint of hopeless cases. I am one of those hopeless cases, as you know. Thanks, Carol. I'm glad you enjoyed the shows, Carol. Fred Jones. Chris, it was splendid. I'm glad you're being lawful in your ice cream consumption. The Tarpinu Basilica was beautiful. I loved the mosaics and the entranceway to the church. Do you know, that's going to take some beating. When I go around, looking at things and showing you things, that basilica is going to take some beating. I don't think I've ever seen anything as beautiful as that. Yeah, even the very old cathedral in the co-cathedral, St Paul's or St John's, was it called, in Valletta? That it's very beautiful, but that basilica, and enjoyed the mosaics in the entrance to the church. Sent me down a rabbit hole reading about them, and the history of the basilica was very interesting. Then he goes to go, oh my God, those Speedos. You see the bloke in the Speedos? My dad used to say they wouldn't dress like that on Sidcup High Street. The sea views were stunning. It seemed the sort of day where cooler was probably better. Thanks for another fun day out. And that was the reason I went at this time of the year. I can't be doing my hot weather. You see, I can stand there with a camera and it's like boiling hot and you're getting hotter and hotter. I had to undo. I'd have to undo a button on my shirt. I'd have to do that. I would. Thank you. Thank you, Fred. Yeah. I can't do it when it's too hot. I can't do stuff when it's too hot. Colleen Smith. Hello, Colleen. Chris, you need to wear your bucket hat. See, she likes it. You need to wear your bucket hat. It protects both your neck and nose. You may end up with a circle of red on your forehead with your trendy cap. Thanks for taking us on your holiday. The souvenir shop looked good. I think I would have spent a lot of money in there. The ice cream looked yum. And that's from Colleen. Yeah. You may have noticed that that cap, I did have it on backwards. My sister, of course, immediately assumed it's because I was trying to look young. No, dear, because the bit that's at the front, you know, so you've got the cap and the bit that's at the front like that, put it on backwards, it covers the back of your neck. Thank you very much, sis. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed being corrected by your brother, your older brother, as you like to point out many, many times. Many, many times. Poor sis. Oh, she didn't enjoy the breakfast in Tunisia. What a shame. My breakfast was really nice, sis. Every morning I had the best breakfast ever. She had to have an omelette every day in the end, I think, my sister in Tunisia. Christopher says, I am funny. Thank you, Christopher. A nice, lovely compliment, Christopher. Thank you, sir. And how lucky are we to share the name? Christopher said the arch you're talking about came down in the winter from the water being rough. Thank you, Christine. Christopher, sorry. Christine is the next one. Speedos are a no-no. Worse still with socks. Aren't they awful? They're really awful, Speedos. Kazzy. Oh no, that Speedo man. Awful look. I'm glad you decided you was already spoken for with us. Yes, I was. Fabulous day you had. Thank you for Kazzy. Kaz B. Thank you, Chris, for another excellent video. The Basilica Tapino Gozo is absolutely breathtaking, isn't it? Incredibly beautiful artworks. Gave you a hype. Thanks, Kaz. She's given me a hype. Well done. Do you know what? We nearly didn't find it, did we? Because I went to that other place. It was so walking round and round looking for a way in. That didn't do anything for me at all, that other place. Can't remember where it was. Actually in... What's the name of that? What was the name of the city? Oh, can't remember now. On Gozo, the city on Gozo. It was only a walk up some steps. Wasn't far at all from like the main part of the city. Nah, nothing for me at all. I don't think I'm keen on old ruins. You know what I mean? Old ruins. You must be keen on old ruins. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching me, would you? Eh? Jane Scott. Hello, Chris. Love your videos. But feel you were looking for the cathedral today, but glad. Feel for you looking for that cathedral today, but glad you had a nice ice cream. Enjoy your cup of tea. Thanks, Jane. Well, one of the reasons is I got off the bus to see the city. If I'd have stayed on that bus, the next stop was that cathedral, the one I was looking for. But we found the bus eventually, so there we are. And Maureen also letting us know the Azure window collapsed in a storm some years ago. Thanks, Maureen. Alan Ross Radio. Hello, Alan. He does his own show. He's on a station called reachonair.com. Alan Ross, please give him a listen. He's late night. He does midnight to 1 a.m. every night, except Thursday going into Friday. Okay, every night. Sometimes he does 2 hours. Alan Ross, he's on reachonair.com. Perfect nighttime radio host. Really good. Very friendly. Alan says, love the video, Chris. The view over that lovely blue sea was so nice. I love old cathedrals. Thanks for showing us them too. That's from lovely Alan Ross. Thank you, Alan. Amanda Broadhurst. Hello, Amanda. Enjoyed looking at the ice cream. It was nice. Christine Hodge. She loved the video, as indeed did Leslie and Roy. Hyping me again. Roy. Oh, you are naughty with that hype of yours. Very naughty. Do be careful where you're putting it. Great blog, Chris. Thanks for sharing your holiday. Your blog has made me really want to go to Malta. Go. Get your date right though, so that it's not too hot. I really wouldn't have enjoyed it if it was too hot there. You know, trying to walk around, it was just about right, the temperature. All things Clarice. Evening, Chris. Yes, I'm glad you have a hat with you, as that sun is strong, but trust Shaz. Yeah, Ow, are you trying to look 18 again? She goes, she hates it when I do that voice. So that makes me want to do it even more. You know, my sister, when I rang her up, ow, ow, why have you got the atom back to front? You're not 18. Put it round the right way. Yeah, but then my little neck would get burnt, sis. You know, my neck would get burnt. Shame about you not finding a route into that church. There wasn't a way in. Isn't it weird? The main doors, as you saw, were locked. What a cheek of the green bus after paying €25 for that hop-on, hop-off bus. I don't know if that was worth it, that hop-on, hop-off bus. Because had I have used the public buses on the island, that would have been covered by the pass that I already had. I just wasn't sure how to get I think, I don't know. It was quite nice sitting up there on the top deck, being driven around, although I got a little bit cold on the winds, you know what I mean? What a cheek of the green bus after paying €25. Couldn't find a bus stop. Thanks for another vlog. I have fallen in love with Malta. I must say, big hug, Chris. And hyped! Thanks, Clarice. Thank you, Clarice, for your lovely hype, darling. Tash says the ice cream looked amazing. Such a beautiful country. Thanks for sharing. Victoria Cotton. Hello, Victoria. Another new person. Hello, Victoria. Hi, Chris. Just like to say thanks for sharing your holiday. We're thinking of going to Malta. You're the male version of Judith Chalmers. Well, I ain't got so much hair. She must have spent ages doing her hair, poor old soul. Bless her. Is she still around, Judith Chalmers? I'd like to meet her. I like ladies like that. I really love older ladies. I have such a laugh with them. You see, if you're young, right, you would never imagine what us older people speak like to each other. You would never imagine it. The stuff I say. It's like at the church, you know, there's a table. After church, they go for a cup of tea and there's this table in there and they gossip away. It's shocking. There you are all again, girls, gossiping away. And this one, she turns around and says, what do you want to know, Chris? I love it. Blokes are so boring, aren't they, girls? They just want to sit there and watch football and play with cars all the time. Boring. I'm afraid to say even my younger nephew's a bit like that now. He just sits there watching football and going to pubs and watching football with his mates. Oh dear, no. Life is too short to just be watching a few really fit blokes kicking ball around on a pitch. Wonder what it's like in those hot tubs with them all. Thanks, Victoria. I love that. You're the Judith Chalmers. I love it. Love it. Anne Stewart says the sea views are lovely. Enjoy your ice cream, Chris. Ice cream. You've put singular. Plural, lovey. Ice creams. Ice creams. Yeah. Funnily enough, I've got to tell you, I went into town this week, and on my way there, the sports centre I have to go past, Bracknell Sports Centre, went past there on my electric bike. There was all these kids there. It looked like a whole school, so possibly their sports day. But in the little car park there, which I cycled through to get to there's an ice cream van. I thought, hello, I'll have an ice cream on the way back. Anyway, so I did my business in town, come back out, park my bike up next to the ice cream, and I see these two schoolgirls coming towards it. So I jumped off the bike so I could get in first. And I looked over, ice cream cone, £4? £4? You're selling ice cream cones for £4 to kids? Nah, you're taking the mick, mate. Take it, £2.50 maximum. So he said, yeah, can I help you, mate? Right, alpha male it was, one of those people. Oh, I can't stand them. You're right, mate, you know, I'm great, I can do everything. No, one of those sort. No. You're right, mate, can I help you? £4. No, it's all right, thanks very much. And I got back on my bike and I changed my route. I went via the co-op and I bought, you know, those like plastic tubs like that size from the co-op vanilla ice cream. Thank you very much. £3 for that. And there's normal. In there, I would say there was eight portions of ice creams. 8 sort of cornet portions of ice creams in that tub. £3 for 8 portions or £4 for 1 cornet. No, I ain't paying it. I'm not paying it. That's not being tight. We've all got a price point that we're happy to pay up to. And if that's £4 and I can get a whole thing for £3, I'm not paying it. You get 8 portions of that. Or in my case, 4. Maybe 3. I actually, out of those, yeah, I won't lie to you, I get 3 portions out of that. They're quite large. Thank you. Richard Cooks is giving me another hype. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a gentle one. Oh, you're very gentle, aren't you, Richard? Oh. Thank you, Richard. Hyped. More travel vlogs, please. There will be more. There will be more. I've mentioned Japan a few times now. I'm concerned that I'm going to have a trouble finding my way from A to B. That's the problem. I really am. I was talking to someone in the doctor's place with a special doctor I go and see only on Thursday this week. He's been to Japan. He loved it very much. And he was saying about I asked him about the trains. He said, well, actually, you go in, there are bits written in English. He said, but it doesn't follow all the way through. So you can see a sign, you know, where you want to go. You get to Tokyo Station or wherever, and there'll be an English sign, and you go that way, and then you go down this corridor, and then it will branch off. But there's no continuing sign. Do you see what I mean? And that's what's concerning me. I could, and it came to me last night or yesterday afternoon, I woke up after my afternoon siesta, and I thought, how about getting a guide while you're there? They do guided tours, don't you? But then you go with a load of people, and then what if I want to look for a toilet? These are the things you have to think of when you've got IBS, you see. You know, what if I suddenly want to go for a toilet and every like 10 minutes, I'm sorry, is there a toilet run? And then all these people are delayed or whatever. And of course, they would go at a pace which is not necessarily your pace. So that's bothering me in Japan. Probably the most thing in Japan that's bothering me, that finding my way from A to B. When you're in European country, right, generally, you can look at the timetable and it will all be in foreign, right? But you can kind of work out where most places are. Right, that looks like where it will go. Do you know what I mean? I don't think you'd be able to do that in China or Japan because different like little shapes of words, haven't they? They have shapes, right, instead of A, B, C, D, E, and F. Although I'm sure some of it is written in English there. So that's the problem with the Japan thing. So I'm now on a kind of second thoughts about it, which would be silly because I've already got an annual travel insurance. Sonia Welford loved the sea views there. Thank you, Sonia. Child Muffet, I looked on Google the mosaic picture at St. George's Basilica in Gozo, Malta, which was completed around 2025. Was it St. George's? I don't think it was St. George's, was it? I can't remember the name of it now. It utilised Venetian gold tesserae, I don't know what that is, produced by the historic Orsoni furnace. It was gold and coloured glass. Well, whatever it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Austin Graves, never criticise. What about that woman in Morrison's? Well, I mean, she deserves criticism. Wants to smile a bit more. Funnily enough, I was talking to someone else the other day. and they said exactly the same about that woman in Morrison's, Miss Misery Guts. Maybe she's got a hard life, I don't know. Get another job there. We want to see smiling faces when we go shopping, please. I give smiling faces, don't I? And noises sometimes as well for your added enjoyment. Thank you. Okay, on we go. The next video entitled I Took Malta's Buses to Find Hidden Secrets, Bomb Miracle, Secret Garden and Spiciest Pasta. Okay, and believe me, that was spicy. Really affected my stomach the next day. Okay, let's do this. Newest, here we go. Matt Martins, Chris, the history you shared in this video is fascinating. Seeing the interior of St. Catherine's Monastery was a real treat. It's amazing that it's finally open to the public. Yeah, it wasn't open for years. Thanks for the tour today and sharing these experiences with us, especially the spicy pasta. Sending lots of love from Matt and Jake M. Pause. Loving the video, especially the monastery. It was so interesting to see how the nuns lived. Such dedication is hard to comprehend. Yeah, you needn't have worried about the remains, because there was I did show you in a little glass box there was a remains of one of the nuns. Her skull was in there. Okay, and I was concerned that it was a bit disrespectful. But after speaking to the lady who was on the front desk, you know, as you pay to come in, she said, well, you have to understand the nuns are only showing you what they want to show you. And that was in there. So that's fair enough. I hope it, I would be horrified if people thought that was being disrespectful. I'd be absolutely, I tell you what is disrespectful. When people go to some of these places, for example, the Holocaust place at Auschwitz, and they stand in front of the sign and smile and do a selfie. There's nothing happy about that place where all those millions of people were murdered, Jewish people. Dreadful, dreadful. You know, I don't know. I don't know why people are like that. Do they not think first? You know, are they stupid people that they think they can stand there at a place of great terribleness, like the Twin Towers in New York, take a picture and smile? What? Anyway. Pause says that you need to worried about the remains. It was too dark to see anything in detail. The air raid shelter is a piece of history which I hope will never be repeated. Fascinating to experience, nevertheless. I've never been to Malta, but your vlogs make me want to go. Thank you, Pause. A lot of people saying that. So try and book it. Try and book it. Yeah. Maureen, very interesting video, especially visiting the monastery and secret garden was very moving. Thank you, Chris, for pausing the camera so we could read the history there. A lot of you enjoyed that monastery trip. It was very, very special, yeah. Tara, enjoyed the video. Thank you for taking us to the monastery. When you were in Melbourne, Australia, did you go to our St. Paul's Cathedral? No, I didn't. The only place I went to in Australia was... the one in Sydney, the cathedral where I attended mass there. But at that point, I wasn't really doing these vlogs then. I took a few pictures. I didn't do... I mean, if I went to Australia again, which I hope to do at some point, I will absolutely do vlogs there on our travels there. I can't think of the name of the cathedral. It's not St. Patrick's, that's New York. Sorry, I can't think of the name of the cathedral in Sydney. But I wasn't really doing that. Looking at churches at that point. This has come more recently, that has. I mean, I went to mass in Sydney, but I didn't go and seek out cathedrals and churches at that point in my life. Tara says, I had a brain aneurysm a few years back, and because of this, they wanted me to have MRIs, which are about MRI scans, but I just couldn't do it. They medicated me for the first one, but from then onwards, I just couldn't do it. I became so claustrophobic, so now I just have scans. Thank you. Are they as good, scans, Tara? I don't know. Are the scans just as good? Is that in the donut thing? That's all right. I've done a couple of those. You know, the CT scan, isn't it? Tina's talk time. Chris, all I could think of you when you were eating the spaghetti was, I hope he's got some Imodium. I did have a box. I don't know why I didn't take it when the problem started happening. It wasn't until the next day. It's not instant, is it? Thank God for that. Valerie Baxter, visit the Malta exhibition in Valletta. Thank you, Valerie. Medina is beautiful, and the Hypogeum stones older than the pyramids. Thanks, Valerie. Pyramids, of course, in Egypt doesn't appeal to me at all, Egypt. I don't know why. I've seen videos of people that go around these pyramids and they are pestered left, right and centre by people. I don't want to go somewhere like that. You know what I mean? No, the pyramids, I would go to the pyramids. I would like to. But with all that pestering going on, no, I don't think so. No, don't want to go there. Thanks, Valerie. Fred Jones. I bet it was an interesting mass. It was beautiful. I loved how... I just heard Alexa speak. Oh. I bet that was an interesting mass. I loved how the one man put his hand out to hold the other man's hand as they went down the steps. That was the two priests. I saw that as well. I saw that as well. You had pizza for breakfast, so why is it too early for ice cream? Yes. Oh, the monastery was moving and interesting. Wouldn't it be fascinating to talk to one of the nuns today? Yes, it would. Apparently, now and again, they do come down. They're all in their 80s, and there's only a couple of them left. I think 3 of them left there. I'm glad someone else likes ice cream as much as me. Mellows was a good find. Mellows was the name of the restaurant where I had the spicy arrabetta. Highly, highly recommended. Great restaurant, full of locals, very busy, large portions of food, not expensive. I paid €19 for that, 3 cups of tea and a bottle of water and an ice cream to try and cool myself down. No, seriously, a really highly recommended Mellows, okay? In fact, I might do a Trustpilot thing on that. You know, those review things. The dome at the Basilica in Mosta is stunning, and I learned it's the 3rd highest unsupported dome in the world. And of course, you saw that they're doing it all up. In fact, I think they've nearly finished. It looked like everything had been painted. Love the tile. Glad you had a lovely day, and I enjoyed it. Yep, thank you very much there. Fred, Valerie Baxter, 365 churches on that small rock, apparently, in Malta. Is that right? It doesn't surprise me. Every time you go round a corner, there's another church. Amazing. Rita King, lovely video as usual. I love the different churches. The pastor, but hope you didn't have a toilet disaster after that. Nearly. Nearly. That's all. I didn't have a disaster as such. I don't think I can tell you. No. I just about avoided a disaster. I'm a very honest person. Is that over? I think it's probably over the line. Yeah. No. I very nearly had a disaster, Rita, but not quite. So thank you for your concern, Rita. Kazzy, you certainly upped your step rate today. Looked exhausting. No, that was just it, Kazzy. I wasn't exhausted at all on any of these holidays, but I did sleep well at night. I was reading into the info from the wall you showed us in the monastery. Now, you see, you and I think Maureen and a couple of other people has said, you know, they appreciate me holding the camera for a while on some of the writings that you see outside. I will remember that in future if we go anywhere, or when we go to, when we go to other places. I will remember that, okay? Thank you. When you said new burial regulations came in during the 70s, they had to leave the monastery to be buried, and hence they broke their lifelong oath to God. Heartbreaking for them. I have found all the places you have visited so interesting, Chris. Thank you, Kazzy. And thank you to Kazzy for that. You know, it makes it all worthwhile there. Fred Jones said, that's interesting and sad. I'm enjoying how Chris's vlogs have encouraged my curiosity, and he's been Googling loads on there. Yeah, so basically, if some of you missed this video, the one of the monastery there, basically the nuns go into the monastery, and that's where they stay, and they spend their entire lives adoring doing adoration towards the Lord. And when they die, they didn't want to leave the monastery. They wanted to be buried there, and there is indeed a crypt, and we went to that crypt. Now they're not allowed to, so those last 3 won't be allowed to do that. They have to be buried in a proper burial place, and that must be quite heartbreaking for them. You're quite right there. Christopher, DR. The reason for those poles are to decorate for their hometown feast of Santa Maria. They do lights on them. The feast is around the August the 20th. Thanks, Chris. Talking around lights, actually, there was fireworks there while I was there, and I missed them. I did realise they were going on, but I didn't go to them. I completely forgot. Mind you, I was tired at night times, a little bit tired at night times. And Chris says, very interesting, that monastery, Christopher. I'll have to check it out for myself when I go in July. I never knew about it, and that's why I like to watch vlogs of others that have visited Malta. Because even though I'm Maltese myself, I don't really visit places like this. It was the Nun, the movie vibes. Oh, The Nun. I think I've seen that, The Nun. I'm sure I've seen that. Yeah, it's funny though, isn't it? You know, there's plenty of places in the UK to visit, and I haven't visited loads of them. You tend not to go in your own country. Funny, isn't it? Tash, great vlog. You have me laughing and sometimes moved to tears, showing absolute concern for your viewers, the remains, and respect to the nun who had passed away. Yeah, I wouldn't show you something like that without, you know, and I thought that was a particular thing to warn you about before I showed it there. Next time, a nudist colony as well. I don't think I'd take you on there. You don't see anyone. You don't see any fit people on nude. You just see overweight people like myself, don't you? In Speedos, yeah, that's right, in Speedos. Anyway, what a beautiful garden too. Such an amazing country. Thank you for including us in your travels. Thank you, Tash. Rosie Whitmore enjoyed the beautiful video. Love the churches. Never too early for an ice cream. Everyone's telling me this. Anne Buck, another great video. Enjoyed the video visit in Malta with you. I loved the choir. The choir were just beautiful in that church. Were you in the church choir when you were a youngster? No, I wasn't, Anne. But I started playing the organ in my local church, which was St. Joseph's in Roehampton. My mum got me doing that. She said, oh, Chris would quite like to play the organ, because I play by ear. I can't read music very well at all. And I started playing the organ in the church. It's funny, actually. I tend to play a bit fast. I don't like it slow and miserable. Fairly fast and fairly loud. And I remember there was a lady in the choir in St. Joseph's in Roehampton. Her name was Nellie, and her sister Mary used to play the organ. And I remember I was doing a 12 o'clock mass, which was the high mass, and at that time it was Latin. This would be, oh gosh, 63, 80, around about 1981. And the person who used to do the 12 o'clock mass, he couldn't do it this time, so I jumped in, and we had the credo, and I remember playing it. And I was playing it at a speed, because I always thought it's so slow and dreary. And this lady, Nellie, she had a loud, piercing voice, and she was singing louder and louder, trying to get me to slow down. I remember that. And she was late 60s at that point. And I knew I could hear her trying to slow me down. But I just don't think, I think it should be happy, you know. And I do tend to play the organ. I play the organ now at in two places, actually, at a church in St. Joseph's in Bracknell, and now once a month at a place called St. Mary's in Boston here in the UK. And I take it along at a reasonable speed, I think. It's not too, I don't think it's too fast. Maybe too fast for some people, but it's not slow and dreary. It's not. So, yeah, so I wasn't in the choir, but I did start playing the organ at the church. Thanks for asking there, Kaz. Sorry, Anne. Kaz B. Kaz, cheers from Australia. Another awesome video, and a big thank you for taking us along with you. Bit disappointed that you didn't get an ice cream after the church service. It's never too early for an ice cream. Hyped again. Thank you. Thanks, Kaz. Jane Scott, Chris, thanks you. What an interesting video. The monastery was fascinating, and she enjoys the video. Thanks, ex-Jane. Alan Ross again. Another great video regarding electric cars. I have a hybrid on the Motability scheme, but I have to go to a supermarket to charge it, as I cannot have a charger installed outside my home due to a grass section between the house and the road, and I can't plug the car into my house electrics, as the cable would have to cross the footpath, and the councils won't allow that. if I renew the car, I'll get one which is only petrol. So he's going back to a petrol car, says Alan. I've got the same problem here, Ross. Sorry, Alan. I can't charge from my house. You know, the wire would go past 4 houses and across a car park. Just can't do it. So I too would have to go to a petrol station charging, which is expensive. On par with petrol, perhaps not at the moment. Maybe not on par with petrol at the moment, but it certainly was, 75 pence a kilowatt hour or something. Maureen Bagans. Hello, Maureen. Great, Chris. Love the video. I said, is where my mum came from. As I said, it's where my mum came from. It's so nice seeing Malta again. She was born in St. Paul's Bay, so near where I was staying. Lovely. Thanks, Maureen. Karen Lowry enjoyed the holiday video. It was really touching. Enjoying all the videos. In fact, you have a way of making me laugh. Thank you. Some days I feel like I need it. We all need a laugh, Karen, don't we, my love? We all need a laugh, love. And Stuart, thought it was interesting. Thank you. Sonia Welford, loved the place, the views, the music in the church. The food looked lovely. It was lovely. Spicy, but lovely. Louise Morris. Hello, Louise. Welcome to the show. Fantastic vlogs. You're very funny. Was you married to a man or a woman in the past? I was married to a woman. It would be 1983, and the marriage didn't last long at all, a number of months. I was with her for 21, 20, 19, 18. I was with her for about 2.5 to 3 years before we got married, okay? Won't tell you who it is. That would be very unfair on her as well. And when we eventually parted, that was it. There's been no contact now for, blimey, 21. About 40 years. There's been no contact whatsoever. Okay. No, I hope she's okay. I do. Seriously, I hope she's okay and maybe found someone else. You know, I really do. I absolutely mean that. There's no dislike or anything like that. I just hope she's okay. Well, we just did not get on in the end. Not at all. Not even a tiny little bit. Just impossible. I really hope she's okay. Amanda Broadhurst, thank you again for another great vlog. Thanks, Amanda. Linda Lofthouse. Enjoyed watching all the adventures. The monastery was very moving, and you could see it affected you. Oh, it did. There was a couple of points in that whole holiday that I was quite affected and inside me. Enjoyed the snippets of the service too. Yeah, I would love to show you the whole mass, but you're not really supposed to. You've got to be very, very careful. I mean, I've been in the Vatican to mass once, and you know they're doing the Eucharist bit, and there's this bloke. He's got his cap. No, dear, no. If you want a video, there are certain parts that you really shouldn't video at a mass. It's just how it is, right? And if you do, you put the camera down there. There was a bit, you know, when you saw the altar boys. Was there girls there? I don't think it was girls, altar girls. I can't remember now. There were altar boys come off and the priest and what have you. I don't know if the choir came down as well now. I can't remember now. But at that point, my camera, because I was sitting near the front and there was no one in front of me. So I literally put the camera in front of me and I could just about see where it was. And left it at that level on the seat at the bottom. So no one could really see it. And that's how you do things like that. You're standing there like that. Oh, please, come on. Show a bit of decorum, people, you know. Thank you, Linda. Glad you... Oh, she's hyped me again. Linda. Oh, it's like an electric... I think that's what's keeping me alive. Your hypes, to be honest, people. It's your hypes that are keeping me alive here. And she loved the shirt I wore too. Oh, that was the stained glass shirt. I always wear that one if I'm away in a church. Sharon White, your tile is nice. Thank you, Sharon. Bought a few of those. Christine Hodge enjoyed the show. Thank you, Chris. All things Clarice. I can see you were quite affected after attending the monastery and the crypt. Yeah, I think that was the one that really touched me. I teared up myself as what life these ladies must have had. Yeah, a hard life, but that's what they chose. They chose that life. Beautiful place and gardens. I wish they would stop with the horses carrying pesky humans around. Yeah, me too. It's awful and not needed in this day and age. Makes me very angry. The views are just stunning. And how blue is that sea? Big hugs, my darling. And yes, I've hyped you. Thank you, Clarice. Oh, lovely. Thank you, Clarice. Austin Graves, there are 14 stations of the cross depicting Christ's journey to his crucifixion. Thank you, Austin. Do you know, I couldn't for the life of me remember. I thought it was 12, but it's not. It's 14, isn't it? Thank you, Austin. Christine Hodge thought the sea looked beautiful as well, didn't you, my love? And the brickwork is all like sandstone. She recommends I wear an eye mask when having a scan. Oh, okay. Oh, like in an MRI type thing. Yeah. Or go, closing your eyes. That's a really good suggestion, Christine. Thank you. And put the eye mask on before you go in the machine. Yeah, very good. Leslie and Roy, another fantastic video. You make us feel like that we are really there. I'm glad you say that. I try and do that. How you walked up the stairs, I would never know. You were amazing. Well, I managed to get up there. Your meal looked very appetising from Leslie and Roy. Another one. You're very generous with those hypes today. Thank you very much. Austin reckons you could see the 74 steps were worn from years of use. Yes, they were quite worn. I suppose at some point they'd have to do something about that, wouldn't they? Rosie Forerunner. How lovely. Rosie Forerunner. Of all the churches or cathedrals you took us in, the monastery was the most moving and touching for me. I needed to stop the video and reflect on these people's lives and what it would have been like. Many thanks for not rushing through it. No, how can you rush? And I've seen vlogs where they rush through things, and over talking. Yeah, imagine watching something like that and it's just yeah, all the time. A little bit of talk. You go in somewhere like that, you must lower your voice and let the pictures do the talking. I so agree with you. I so agree with you, Rosie. Thank you. Joker, hello, Joker. Absolutely love the walk around the sites with you, Chris. It's such a lovely place and liked and hyped. Joker. Thank you, Joker. Lots of hypes. You're really kind with all your hypes, boys and girls. You really are. Thank you very much there. Just a second. Unresponded. We shouldn't have anything there now. Lovely. Okay. That's that little video. The Hidden Secrets one. Where are we going now? Rocky Coastal Walks video. Okay, the Rocky. Oh, is it only two more left? Is there? There's only two more left. I thought it was going to be a bit of a long video today because we've got 7 videos of comments here. Yeah, hour and a half. Okay, we've got a little bit, about another 20 minutes, I reckon. All right, if you're staying with us. I know not everyone will stay with us for the whole show, but I know some of you do. I'm impressed. I'm not sure I would. All righty, here we go. Rocky Coastal Walks in St Paul's Bay. So that's where we just walked over the rocks. It was lovely. Interesting, love, just before I go on these, I discovered last night when I was looking at my video, what do you call them? Seeing where all the comments are so I can kind of get them ready for today. And I kind of do that sometimes when I'm at work. I have a quick look to see what's what. And this AI thing come up. And would you like me to tell you what I think of your latest video? And I did. And it was this video I was looking at. And it came up with something like people particularly like when you just walk along showing what's in front of you talking. That was the most popular part of the video. Isn't that weird? Which I didn't realise. I know some of you have said that to me before, but when this AI thing, I don't know how that works. It seems to have watched the whole video and then comments to you what people liked, what people didn't like, what was good, what was not so good. Very, very clever. I don't know if I can do that now and read out what it says. Would you be interested in finding that out? I don't know where I found it. Comments. Do you know I can't find it now. I might have to go. When I come to the end of these, I'll have a quick look back and see if I can find it in another section. I can't. I came across it completely by accident, which is like most of video, the most of computer stuff. Often I find things by accident, you know. Okay. 17 1 1 1 1. Right. Josephine Saunders, thanks for taking us on your walks. I'm one of those people that can no longer walk very far. I know there's some of you out there. I know there's one or two of you out there that are housebound as well. So I'm glad that you feel that you're with me on these little places. Maybe that'll happen to me one day. Yeah, no one knows what's around the corner, do they? You know, there were certain things and they happen so suddenly. Some people go to bed at night and they wake up blind or dead. I've known a few people gone to bed one night and suddenly you don't, what happened to so-and-so? Oh, he went to bed and never woke up. And there was nothing wrong with them, or at least there didn't appear to be anything. 2 people I've known like that, friends of mine. Hi, Chris. Thanking us for you taking us along your walks. I'm one of those people that can no longer walk very far. So you taking us around the bay over the rocks really felt that I was with you. Thanks for the laughs and the down-to-earth way that you present your show. Thank you, Josephine. It's just me. It's me. No falseness. I hope there isn't any falseness anyway. Owser Masters 657 had enjoyed this and all your previous vlogs in the series of Malta. You certainly deserve that ice cream after your long walk. What one? And you know, I'll be honest with you, I tried that one ice cream. I thought, that wasn't all that. I was going to walk along to the other place where I had the nicer one. But she charged €6. Well, that one, we had the nice one, €6, that one. Blimey. I think that one I had, the one that was a bit too icy, was about €2.50, which is about right, I think, for an ice cream. Tops €2.50. Not like that greedy git who was taking the £4 off the kids. Shocking. Carol Saunders, love the videos of Malta. Brings back lovely memories of being in Malta. Thank you so much. Thank you, Carol. Maureen enjoyed the walk along St. Paul's Bay with the lovely scenery. Kazzy, you earned that ice cream, Chris. A good walk, I enjoyed it. Lots of ice cream talk here, isn't there? Andrew's laughter. Hello, Andrew. Oh, it's Vicky. I'm a sub on my partner's phone, giving you extra hypes. Extra hypes. Not just one, extra hypes. Oh, careful, the chair might collapse again. Isn't there a thing underneath the chair that sticks up? I don't want to fall on that. Very dangerous. Won't do my piles any good. I've got a doctor's appointment about that. I've got a bit of a piles, but it's been going on for weeks. You know, the cream isn't helping, or the suppositories, you know. Oh, God, all these things when you get older. It's unbelievable, isn't it? I've got a doctor's appointment. I said, what are you going to do? He said, well, I'll have to have a look. Oh. Here's something, right? He said, it may well need an elastic band. This is something we don't do anymore. And he said, if we have to do that, we have to, it's usually only for an emergency. They have to apply for funding to do that procedure. So basically, you've got to pay to do it. Anyway, I'm sure that one or two of you can... Have we got any volunteers want to put an elastic band around my piles for me? I have asked my mate, but he's not interested. Oh dear, I've asked Roy, but he's not. He said no, unfortunately. I think it was Roy anyway. I can't remember. Oh dear. Thank you for sharing your holidays. Safe travels home, and we're here safely. So thank you, Vicky, and thank you for hyping me secretly on your partner's phone. Feel free to do that at any time. Fred Jones makes one wonder who bought those little cans and why. I love that beach near to Tracy and Ben. We'll be seeing that when we go to Scotland, okay? Some vlogs coming to you from Scotland in... It's either June or July, all right? I hate spitting. People spitting is disgusting. Even in the men's toilets. You know when you're standing there in the men's toilets, you know, with it in your hand, someone next to you, oh, you dirt! It's horrible. Why do people think that's acceptable? It's disgusting. I've heard it in the showers in the gym. Oh, you know, you're in one shower and the other one, you know, oh, God's sake, man. Awful. That was a good walk with, I beg your pardon, one moment, Fred Jones. Don't shout at me. Have you tried decaffeinated tea? Really, they are good these days. Might help because caffeine is a gut irritant. I have, and it's okay. But, Fred, the last time I spoke to this about the doctor, the getting up at night and weeing, he asked me about tea. I said, yeah. I said, I got decaffeinated. It doesn't make any difference, apparently. That's what they said. Doesn't make any difference. The fact, decaffeinated or caffeinated tea, it's the same when it comes to making you wee a lot, apparently. That's what he said. Fred says it was a good walk with all the lovely lapping waves and some great sea views. I enjoyed it. You more than deserved an ice cream. Thank you very much. Christopher says, glad you're feeling better after having a bit of a dodgy day there. Oh, that was the stomach thing, yeah, weren't it? That only went on for a day. Thanks, Chris. Casby, love the videos. You're very down to earth and take it nice and slow so we can take it in all without... I don't rush anywhere anymore. I don't. There's no point in rushing. You know, and I've got used to certain people now in my life who, when they say you're going to go somewhere at 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock and you turn up at 8, 9, 10 or 11 and then you're sitting there until 12 because they're still not ready. And yet they ask you to be somewhere at 11, 10, 9, whatever. And I get there. Now, don't bother now. And when I get there at 11, you know, I'll get there at 11:15, 11:30. And the phone starts, you're not here yet. Well, you're not usually ready anyway. I do the same to them now. You know, because if you ask me to be somewhere, certainly for the first time, I will be there. Probably 10 minutes earlier than you want me to be there. Certainly appointments, things like that. I've told you before, I can go to an NHS appointment, right? I can be in the hospital or doctor, have the appointment and come back out and back into the car, train, walking home before the start of the appointment. That's how early I get to places. But if you keep making me late or making me wait, I'll just start turning up late. Thank you, Kaz. Tash says you were looking for your ice cream. Did make me smile. You're gonna have you will have withdrawal symptoms when you get up. I certainly won't. I've got a freezer full of the stuff, my love. I have really enjoyed the whole experience in Malta. Once again, thanks for sharing. Thank you, Tash. Lynn in London, what a lovely walk with you today along the rocky beach. Poor you. I was thinking when you had that hot chili spaghetti the other day, I hope it doesn't kick the IBS in because I know it would with me. It certainly did. But glad you managed to get out in the afternoon and take us with you. Have really enjoyed this Malta mini series with you. Sent a gentle hype your way. Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you for my gentle hype, Lynn. Matt Martins, the walk through St Paul's Bay was very peaceful, Chris. I think your idea to film the sea in Lossiemouth is a great, fantastic idea. So I'll do that if I remember. Hopefully it won't be too windy, but it's no, with just seeing the noise. No me talking, no introduction, nothing, just to see the noise. Well, I'll see if I can do that while I'm up there. We were so glad to see you find your ice cream despite it being a bit tasteless. Oh, it was like that McDonald's ice cream, tasteless. Really appreciate your video as always. I'm giving some much deserved hype from us. Oh, Well, that was quite a spiritual hype I felt from you, Matt and Jake in Winnipeg, in Canada. Gordon Travels, hello Gordon. Missed Malta Strongman working out with all those boulders there. I didn't see a Malta Strongman there. We're having some gorgeous days. Enjoy. Gorgeous. Gordon Travels there. Presumably you do travel vlogs there, Gordon? And if you do, and you've watched mine, thank you very much. Much appreciated. And we all do it a different way, don't we, Gordon? Don't you think? You know, when you, if you was to watch, for example, myself, and we all did the same thing. Say we all went to the Isle of Wight for the day. Just so, you know, if Hannah Ricketts went there, and I went there, and my sister and brother-in-law, and my niece and brother-in-law, my niece and nephew-in-law, and my nephew and niece-in-law. If we all went to the same place, every vlog would be completely different because we all do it different ways. You know? How boring it would all be if we all just sat there reeling off bits of history and stuff like that. I think that would be really boring. So we all do it completely differently. Variety is the spice of life, and if it's too spicy, you get IBS. Thanks, Gordon. Colin Games, gorgeous weather and views, lovely weather. There was one day where it was a bit cloudy and with a little bit of drizzle at night. Apart from that, beautiful weather the entire week. Tina's talk time, lovely Tina. She's got her own chat show there. Ice cream looked amazing. Thank you, Tina. Not the best ice cream I've had, but it served its purpose. Do you know what I mean? Sharon White, did you have a nice time turning? One of my friends is going tomorrow. A lovely time. A lovely time, Sharon. Ross Pat's out. He's watched as well. Love it. Thank you, Ross, my friend Ross. He does a show on reachonair.com. He's on after me on on Mondays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, 10 a.m. till 11 a.m. Ross Pat's out. Sometimes he does 3 hours. Okay, Ross Pat's out on reachonair.com. I'm on reachonair.com, incidentally, Monday to Friday between 9 and 10 a.m, okay? Michael Younger, Chris, I know how much you love churches. Have you been to Seville? It has the biggest Gothic cathedral in the world. I've got a pen here. I ain't got a pen here now. Seville. I would have written that down. It has the biggest Gothic cathedral in the world, and just across the river is Triana, that has churches everywhere you look. Seville, Spain, am I right? Or is that France? I think it's Spain. And that's from Michael Younger. Okay, I will try and remember that. I'll try and remember that. I don't know where my pen's gone to put that on my list. Thank you very much. All things Clarice. Oh dear, Chris. She's got diverticulosis. Diverticulitis. I've heard of that. And no, my lovely, you should actually. Father Danny said I might have that when I've had conversations with me. He said I might have that. No, my lovely, you should not be eating that hot, spicy stuff with IBS. I think you'll find if you stayed away from everything dairy related, you will also reap the benefits, or your poor colon will. It's my birthday tomorrow, the 30th of April, so that's just gone there. But up at 4:30 a.m. to take her husband to the airport. Then I think a pamper day is on order for me. I bet you will miss Malta. It's been fabulous. Thank you, all things Clarice. And as it was your birthday, a bit late, a few days late, but happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Clarice. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my love. All right? Happy birthday to you, my love. Okay? Thank you very much. I will miss Malta. I've mentioned before, there are old people, my age and older generally, okay, who, for the cold months here in the UK, i.e. January, February, March, I think are the cold months here, they go away for 1, 2, 3 months to places. Malta's one of them, Spain, and they usually get really good deals because it's off-peak. Now, we won't see the temperatures probably that I got there, but it's certainly not cold like it is there. And that is actually in my head to do something like that, to disappear 1 month to a place when I've decided to, or when I've either decided or be sacked from my DJing job, my karaoke job, because I get the feeling that I'm doing my last job at the moment. I've been doing the karaoke at Central Station. I think it's 12, 13 years now. I'm on year 12 or 13. I can't believe that. And I do tend to stay at places a long time. My longest residences were DJing residences. One in Camden Town at the Black Cab in Camden, where I was DJ there for 18 years. And also the Two Brewers in Clapham. I was DJ there also for 18 years. And they were my two longest residences. Followed by where I am now, where I've just reached either 12 or 13 years. So I think after that, that may well be it for me. Work-wise there. Ross Patzel says, when I went there, I was little. It was so nice to see how it looks now. Beautiful place, Malta. Thank you very much for your comments on the rocky coastal walk there. One more to do. And that was our nighttime walk, which I thoroughly enjoyed. We did a nighttime walk. I thought I would have a quiet walk along the promenade in St. Paul's Bay, where I was near the hotel, on that final night I was there, but it didn't quite turn up like that. Empors, I really enjoyed the Malta videos. Every one of them had something of interest to see. Love the cat tiles, which is I'll try and take a photo maybe and show you next week. Okay. Love the cat tiles, especially the big one for the wall. Hope you had a safe and uneventful journey home. Nice journey home. Thank you very much. Kizzy Finn. Hello, Kizzy. Enjoyed the vlogs. Thanks, Kiz. Hyde Solder, I think it is. Great videos. Love Malta. I was back there again. Noisy, screeching people. Not for me either. With you on that very enjoyable trip. Thank you, Hydes. Christine Spence, love the Malta videos. They've all been brilliant. Thank you, Chris. Jim Nixon, great Malta videos. It's great to see other countries. The last week or so I've been to Malta with you and Tunisia with your sister and brother-in-law. Thanks for the holiday. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jim. Good to have you back in the UK. Today, when they sent the message, this is Mike Turner. 1st of May, we had the pleasure of meeting a very nice, friendly couple in the Ragged Apron. It was your younger sister and Martin from Butler's Empire. Oh, you've met them, Mike T and Kirsty. Mike T listens to my radio show as well, don't you, Mike? And joins in with our little competitions and voting thing. Thanks, Mike. And of course, Kirsty there, my love. Tash, enjoyed every upload from Malta. Thanks for sharing. Thank you, Tash. Shaz Keeling, hello, Shaz. Loved coming around your holiday with you. You're very brave going out at night. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't feel afraid really walking around at night. Safe journey home, Chris. And that's from Shaz. Dons, hello, Dons, all right? Says, hi Chris, really enjoyed the little series of Malta vlogs. Malta really does look like a nice place to visit. Shame your last night wasn't very peaceful. But then again, those people are just having a good time, enjoying themselves. You're absolutely right. I was the same at that age. But it's nice to have a bit of peace and quiet, at least sometimes anyway. Yeah, I thought I was going for a quiet walk. I like peace and quiet. I do like peace and quiet. Overall, how was the journey back to the UK for you? Hopefully not too stressful. Can I ask, as soon as you got through the front door of your house, did you straight away start unpacking your suitcase and bags, or are you a person who would leave it for the next day and have a much needed rest after the flight? Well, the journey back to the UK was really easy. I was concerned we were going to get stuck in a queue at the airport. No. I checked my bags in. I went through to the bag check-in thing, you know, with the x-ray machines, and then you walk through the x-ray and put your hands up like that, didn't you? Right? A queue of 2 people in front of me there, right? I walked through the shop. I don't do shopping in airports. I'm no into it. I walked straight through to the lounge, got myself something to eat in there in the BA. It wasn't a BA. I think it's a shared lounge. I got into there, had a little fun to eat. I'm sitting there. I'm talking to people around me. And I went to the desk and said, can you tell me, what's the passport queue like? I've heard that that can be really bad. And she said, I'm really sorry, sir. We can't see the queue from here. You just have to go down and have a look. Okay. So I then went and sat down and got myself another cup of tea and a biscuit. And as the lady said, I said, what time are you going down for the... She said, oh, we're going to go down as soon as the gate has been called. And it's... okay, fair enough. And I'm sitting there wondering, I'm looking at that. So 2:15, and I think it was about 10 to 1 or something like that. Anyway, I waited 10 minutes. I thought, I better go down now because I don't want to be get stuck in the queue. You've seen these pictures on the telly, all these 2-hour queues and whatever. Well, let me tell you, I went down there, and as I came, I turned around the corner. There's about 12 desks. You know, I say they're boxes, aren't they? They sit in why don't they just sit behind a desk? They all sit in boxes, don't they? With, you know, that glass and all that business. There was one person there. Sorry, out of the 12 boxes, I think 8 of them had people. So you get 2 people in a box, one on each side. So you either go that side or that side in one box, and there's 2 people serving you. There was someone being dealt with there, someone being dealt with there, someone being dealt with there, and then all these other boxes with people sitting in them doing nothing. So I moved forward, hello, and unusually for customs people, or whatever they're called in them, they were really chatty and friendly. Well, it was a lady, it was. Ever so nice she was. How many times do you go to one of those boxes, there's some miserable old codger sitting there giving you the eyes, and they, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. No, she was really... And I'm like, I hope you don't mind me asking, but where's all the queues? She said, there are no queues. She said, it's the media. I said, is it? She said, yeah, there are no queues. She was quite annoyed by... And she's blaming the media for telling us that there's all these queues when she said there isn't. She said that the annoying thing is Ryanair have now said they are considering not flying to Malta because of the queues. She said, but there are no queues. She said, have a look around. And there were no queues. The airport was reasonably busy. It's not like there were no planes taking off. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So, of course, I then went through, and then I had to sit on a hard plastic chair. It was awful, dear. Like going on a Ryanair flight. I had to sit on a hard... Oh, my piles were really hurting by now. No, not really. But it was all right, you know. Anyway, eventually, of course, so I've now got to sit there for a while instead of staying in a nice, comfortable lounge. As you can hear, the cough has died right down, okay? And eventually this bus, a little bus takes you to the plane because there's no walkway. So we got on this bus. It took us to this plane, and then it stopped. And we're waiting. And eventually the doors opened, and everyone's go, oh, yeah. But they didn't let them off. No, I'm sorry, you can't get off yet. They just opened doors because it was getting a bit warm in there. And all these, I go on about these alpha males. Oh, you want to hear them. Oh, well, I know a lot about planes. It's probably, I think, oh, shut up, idiot. Shut up, you know nothing about planes. I hate it. There they are, start bleating on about something they know nothing about. And you can hear it in their voices. They're making it up as they go along. Oh, well, it's probably this, you know, if the pilot and, you know, if they've got this, oh, shut up. And after 20 minutes, these doors closed and we went back to the gate and we all had to get off. And we sat there for half an hour. And then it took us back to the plane and we got on. And actually, we got on fairly quickly. And within minutes, the doors was closed and we started moving off. It was very quick. And the pilot said it was something to do with paperwork. It was something that shouldn't have taken as long as it did. But it did take a long time and he apologised profusely. And we were delayed about half an hour. But that's okay. And it was all right, you know. It didn't worry me at all. To be honest, you know, a wing about to fall off the plane or anything like that. There we are. And then I had 3 seats to myself, yeah, which was nice. There was where I sit in the plane. I got the slightly better seats. Do you know what I mean? In the club class in British Airways. So in those, I call them local planes because they, what are they called? Short haul. You know, you've got one seat there, and then the middle seat is blanked off. Okay, it's like a table, and then the seat on the side there. But there was no one sitting next to me at all, so that was quite nice, really. We had a meal, had a nice meal, cheese pasta thing on the plane, and then this, I can't remember what it was now, the other thing that we had. But it was a nice food on the plane, to be honest. Nice food on the plane. And then nice and easy, got down at Gatwick, came straight through, bag was almost there straight away. And it was so quick coming through Gatwick. Again, come down, got off the plane, come down, walked, there's passport, all these machines, empty, straight onto a machine, put my passport on, door opened, in. Conveyor belt, 2 minutes, there's my bag, picked up the bag, came through Gatwick, went down the stairs to where the buses are to take me to Purple Parking, come out, there's a bus there, there's a bus. And there's 2 people, so I moved quickly, and this woman got on, I got on behind her, sat down, bus went to Purple Parking, picked the car up. I suppose that took no longer than half an hour, if that, to get from the plane to my car and be off. That's how easy it was. So you asked me that question. There was another question you asked me. Hang on. I then unpacked my suitcase, put it in the washing machine, and put the washing machine on straight away. Nah, got to do that as soon as I get in. By the time I went to bed, I'd hung the washing out on the line because it was nice weather, no rain predicted. And the next morning, it was all done. You know, left it out a bit in the sun, obviously, you know, to dry off a bit more. So, yeah. No, I have to do all that when I get in. Similarly, before I go away on holiday, I clean the kitchen, clean the bathroom, and do that sort of thing. Dons says, I'm not sure which holiday you'll be embarking on next, but do remember to bring us all along with you for another little adventure with yourself. Hope you've been settling back well, and I could suggest that when you have available time, do a video of taking us for a walk through Bracknell Forest. I intend to do that. I do intend to do that. Be lovely to see the nature that's around you. That's obviously when you return from your Lincolnshire this upcoming week, where I'm going after work tonight. So thank you very much. Might take you for another walk along the river there a bit further, because that river, the walk along the river there is actually about 50 minutes altogether. Oh, there's that new path as well, isn't there? There's that new path as well that we went down. If I was to walk all the way along there, I would say it's about 50 minutes, I think, all the way down there, and then all the way back down is another 50 minutes. So quite a nice day out, actually. But if you get desperate, there isn't really anywhere to hide there, like a bush. Do you understand what I mean? Which is... it's awful. Perhaps I'll have an emoji and tablet before I do. Fred Jones, thanks Chris for all your lovely and interesting vlogs in Malta. Really enjoyed them. Hope your journey home was good too. Thank you. Tony Top Tips Workshop. Hi Chris, what a great set of holiday videos. Thank you for taking us with you on your adventures and hyped you. Tony, you do really hard hypes, don't you? Gosh. It's like another one who gives me electric shocks. Thanks, Tony. I'm so glad you enjoyed them. Thank you. Phil Summer. Hello, Phil. It's been lovely coming along with you to Malta. Entertaining, educational and funny. I don't know about educational. I'm kind of, you know, if I was BBC, I'd be researching everything and telling you all about it. This was built there and this was... But, you know, sometimes I'm one of those people, you know, I might read a little bit outside the church, cathedral, whatever we're looking at, old ruin. I might read a bit on the poster, but I just like walking through and looking, you know? I've been on... What was it once I was on, like a radio show or something? Oh my God, this is 30 odd years ago. Spectrum Radio in London, and they were doing reviews of records. And it's, what do you like about that record, Chris? Well, I just like it. And do you know what I mean? I just like the record. I just like it. Yeah, but what is it about you like it? Well, it's nice. I just like it. I don't really want to go any further than that. And it's the same as walking in these places, the churches and all that. there you are with me looking at these pictures and all that. And I know some of you love to do the old research. We've seen it today. Someone, they've seen this, then they're straight on Google finding all this and that. And I quite like to just walk in and look. Yeah, that's a nice picture. Oh, look at that, the tiles, look at that gold on that tiles and all that. So, and again, we all do it differently, don't we? We all do it differently. Thanks. Glad you had a good time. The hotel does look fabulous, especially the pools. It's a shame they're not heated. Not all pools are heated, are they? Take care, Chris. Much love. Phil from Devon. I tell you what, Phil from Devon, if you want a nice pool that's heated, where my sister goes swimming, Woodhall Spa Lido at Jubilee Park. Look it up. It's a bit dear now, £9, but they don't make money there. It's I think I'm not sure who owns it actually. I think it's all voluntary. Or I think all those kids who work around the pool, I think they're all volunteers. I don't think they're paid. And it's just a lovely place, but it is heated and it is a lovely pool to be in you know, especially in cold weather. You know, unfortunately, you do have to put up with the journey from the changing room to the outside pool. But once you're in that pool, it's lovely. My sister goes there every morning at 6:30 during the week. Good on her. Good on her for doing that. Susan, you know, I'd like to go in there when my sister's in there, sneak up behind her and pour cold water over her head, like I used to do when I was in the bath with her when we were kids. Oh, I was horrible. I was horrible. We'd be in the bath together. I don't know how old we were, 7, 8, something like that. I'd be in the bath with her, right? And there was this there was this little watering can. And when she weren't looking, I would put cold water in it and pour it over her back. Horrible brother I was. Horrible. And now, to make up, because I feel so... Do I feel guilty? I'm not sure I do. I don't know if I feel guilty about that or not. Now, to make up for it, I keep buying her bags, expensive bags. Oh, dear. Thanks, Phil from Devon. Susan, thank you for... Hello, Susan, M4Q6K. Thank you for the great vids, Chris. Just hyped and subscribed. Safe journey home. See you next time. Susan, yeah, thank you, Susan. Thumbs up and hypes are always appreciated. YouTube does notice that, and it pushes your shows out to other people. The more the merrier, the more the merrier. And you know, the only thing is, the more people that join us and the more people that this particular show gets longer and longer. I know that we've gone over 2 hours today. This is going to be the longest show I've ever done, I think. We are nearly at the end of it. But the thing is, and I thought about this, what if you get so many messages, it starts turning into 2-3 hours? I'd do another one. We'd do 2 a week. You know, there's plenty of scope to expand on this. I'd do 2 a week instead of 1 a week, you know. Linda Lofthouse, your last night, Chris, really enjoyed the set of holiday vibes videos. Going to miss tagging along with you. Have a safe journey home. Looking forward to your next video. Hype. Thank you for the hype. Thank you for the hype, Linda Lofthouse. X Jane Scott, thank you, Chris, for all the vids. I can't get out, so it gave me great pleasure walking alongside you. Much love. Thank you, Jane. I'm so glad you felt that you was with us. All right. Can't be nice being someone who's housebound, so I'm glad you enjoyed it, Jane. All right, more to come over the next few months, my love. Even just around here, like someone was saying, take us through the forest, take us for a walk where I'll show you where I go litter picking. I can just walk along, talking as we go along. One thing I can't really do is litter picking and talking at the same time, because obviously you're holding the camera with one hand, litter picker with another. Well, where are you going to put the bag? I'll hold it in my mouth, couldn't I, the bag? That would stop me talking. I think a lot of people would like me to talk less, especially my sister. I'd love to do a litter pick with you, but I don't see how I could do that, really. Or maybe you've got an idea. Maybe you've got an idea of how I could do that. Isn't there like a drone what follows you? You know, if you could follow me in front of me. But how would you, now and again, you'd want to, well, you wouldn't have to tip it down. Maybe there's like one of those little flying drone things. I don't know, not an expensive one. You see, I looked at those drone things. I think they're great. They're great. And the picture quality. Martin's got one, my brother-in-law. And I think Ben, oh, hang on. I don't think Ben's got his anymore. Didn't he crash it? Oh, don't laugh. No, that's not fun. I think Ben and my niece Tracy, I think they had a drone. They might have lost it somewhere. I've got a feeling it crashed or they lost it somehow. But nevertheless, I thought great things. But how much would I use a drone? You know, if you want to do it properly, you've got to spend the money. Don't be buying one of those 50 quid drones. You've got to spend 5, 6, 7, 800 quid on a really high quality drone. But I don't think I'd use it very much, and I don't like to waste money. But if there's one that, you see again, if I was to bought one that followed me along, you know, if I was out in Malta and there was this drone in front of me following me along and there's people, no, that's not going to work, is it? That's not going to work, is it? No, but I could take you out on a litter pick, but I don't know how I would do that. You know, maybe there's like a camera on the front of you, but then how do I turn it around when I'm speaking to you? Now, obviously, I want to look at you while I'm speaking to you, don't I? Sometimes. So I'm not sure how that would work. Perhaps someone's got an idea and you could let us know. Leslie and Roy, thanks for sharing all the videos there. That's okay. Pleased that you enjoy them. Minto! It was just like being on holiday in Malta, walking around with you, Chris. That is exactly what I intended. I'm glad to hear that you thought that. It brought back some lovely memories. I laughed out loud when you walked past the bomb in Moster Dome and you struggled to see the broken tiles in the dome where it ended. Well, I had to ask the lady on the desk. You certainly visited many wonderful places in Malta and Gozo. Thanks for taking us with you. Your face on the front of the airplane at the start of that video cracks me up every time I see it. That face was created by Tara. She created that plane and it was smallest shrunk to fit on that thing. I'll use it on the next one as well when we go. I quite like that video. That video is not made by me, incidentally, the little plane. It's on a site called Fiverr, fiverr.com. There are all sorts of things. You can have little videos made by people. If you can't be bothered to learn and do it yourself, hello me, I can't be bothered. And I pay someone, I think it cost about $20. 20 quid to between 15 and 20 quid for that little video, which to me is worth it. And as it's used for the business, a tax deductible item. We like tax deductible because I'm using it for the business, you see. All right. Keep up the good work. I love your banter as you're walking around. Here's to your next trip. Please don't keep us waiting too long. Thank you, Minto. Alison Judge. Hello, Alison. It's been lovely watching you, Chris. Thank you for your videos. Thank you, Alison, and welcome along, Alison. Linda Kearns, loved the videos, but we loved Malta so much. Thank you, Linda. And Maureen loved all the holiday videos. Thanks for sharing them. I love the cat coasters and the one for the garden wall. Great choice, Chris. Thank you, Maureen. Missed you last night, darling. Missed you last night at karaoke. Helen Williamson. Hello, Helen. Enjoyed the Malta vlogs. Thanks, Helen. As indeed did Anne Stewart there. And Amanda Broadhurst. Thanks, darling. Paul, KS3JT, was it the Jolly Gardeners you used to get drunk in years ago in Garrett Lane? It certainly was, Paul. Paul, I lived opposite there, back a bit, on a road called Waverton Road. Literally, you cross the road from cross Garrett Lane from the Jolly Gardeners. There, I think you had somewhere called, there's about 4 shops there. Behind those 4 shops is a road called Waverton Road, and that's where I lived in a council flat, an ex-council flat, which I bought off the council really cheaply. All right, there, Paul. Lynn in London, another great video. I used to love clubbing and very loud music. Now I can't stand it. Well, same as me. Of course, that's what I did. I was a DJ. Loud banging music. I hate all the shouting and noise, and I don't like to walk. I don't like to walk past groups of youngsters either. Never feel quite safe. On the plus side, I enjoyed a lovely, peaceful life, and I'm very grateful. I enjoy a lovely, peaceful life now, and I'm very grateful. Was it Steve Allen on LBC you listened to? Oh, yes. Hilarious. So entertaining. He really was. He left. He was pushed out of there by the lefties. They didn't like him at all. Sad, lonely individuals, all of them, who can't see humour if it hit them in the face. Especially that James O'Brien. Have you heard him on it? I can't bear him. What a miserable git that is. You know, you wonder, these people, do they actually ever laugh at life? So miserable. James O'Brien on LBC. You know, there's another bloke on LBC. He used to be really very amusing indeed. Nick Abbott. He's on Friday and Saturday nights, and he got a bit miserable, or very lefty as well. Boring people. Boring people. Got to be laugh. Got to have a laugh at life, haven't you? And by the way, I just want to point out, by lefty, I don't mean people who vote Labour. No, it's just lefties are different, think in a completely different way. They have no humour a lot of the time. They are just offended left, right and centre. I can't be bothered. I just walk away. I just walk away. And I think that's what happened to Steve Allen. I think he was pushed. But we'll never know, because he's gone, isn't he? I mean, no, don't get me. He's not, gone as in dead. He's just gone. And I thought he would pop up somewhere else, or at least do podcasts, or even I'd love him to do YouTube videos, but I don't know why he didn't do that. And it's been a couple of years now. I miss Steve Allen on the radio. I really do. Thanks, Lynn. Kaz B, you were brave walking around at night. Did you notice it was mainly males that were out and about? No, I didn't. There was a lot of screaming girls as well there. I don't think it was just males there. You know, believe me, Kaz, if it was, I'd be straight in there. You know, trying my luck. Oh, Kaz. Wishing you a safe trip home to the UK. I can't wait to see where our next holiday will be. This holiday was exceptional. Thank you, Kaz. Susan Bevis enjoyed the videos of Malta. Thank you, Susan, darling. All right, my love. Christine Hodge enjoyed them all. Hope you feel better for your journey home. I did. Thank you very much. Matt Martins enjoyed coming along for the fun night in Malta. The burger, the falafel burger, looked absolutely delicious. It was. I had that 3 times while I was in the hotel. It was so lovely seeing the hotel pools and the promenades all lit up at night. Beautiful, wasn't it? I love that. I'm looking for those globes. I want one for my garden, or 2. The atmosphere is just stunning. We think those glowing lights you spotted would look absolutely wonderful in your garden. They have such a classic, peaceful glow that would suit your space perfectly. It's been such a pleasure following your journey to Malta, and we're all thankful for the videos you uploaded. Thank you, Matt and Jake. Kazi Webb had a fabulous holiday. Chris, with you. Where are you going next? I don't know where we are going next. Don't know yet. Great job. Safe journey back from Magella Walsh. Beautiful name, Magella. Is that Irish? Is Magella Irish? I think it is. I might be wrong. Let us know, Magella, okay? Sonia Welford loved the holiday videos. I've seen Francis Raffle enjoyed the videos of Malta. I love your channel. Hope you took your tablets with you for Deli Belly or the runny bum or whatever you call it. I always take plasters, tablets, and inhalers, but I stay in England. There are some beautiful places in England to visit. You're absolutely right. Francis is 72 next week, and wonder where the days go, Chris. Yeah, can you believe, like 5 months now since Christmas? It's gone so quick. But then again, I've been busy, so busy all the time, and I make myself like that. I make myself busy. Chris, when your nieces and nephews are going out, they will all do different things than we did. It will be funny if there are any pubs or nightclubs around in the future. Yeah, I wonder if they will all close eventually, really. Eileen Newport, she's got a great point. Eileen, hello Eileen. Come on, Chris, don't be a miserable git. I'm coming up on 87 and I love music. First thing in the morning, last thing at night, says Eileen. I know what you mean, Eileen. Thanks, Eileen, you lovely lady. Linda Kearns says a safe journey home. Paul, horrible night crowds. You get them everywhere. You certainly do. Even when I finish work at night, when I finish work at night, you know, they're out there and I'm trying to get in my car. I just want to go home. You know what I mean? I just want to go home and there they are. All right. Community. Right. Let's see if I can get right up to date now. Held. No, nothing. Is that held? I think we're done. Hang on. Channel comments. Oh, I wanted to see if I could find the other thing as well, didn't I? Just before we go. Right, let's just do that. Are we up to date there? Just give me a second, my loves. I think I'm doing something a little bit wrong here. Last 28 days. No, we don't want to do 28 days, do we? Otherwise we'll be here all bleeding day. Patricia in Manchester. The perfect day in Malta. She says it's such a beautiful cathedral. Your filming style is very relaxing. Thank you very much, my love. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's it. That's it for all the most recent videos. Now let me see if I can find that thing, that AI thing. I can't find it now. It came up on my PC. Maybe you can't get it on the laptop. There was some AI thing that you could ask it. It would tell you what it thought about your video, what it thought you were doing right and maybe not so right. I found it very interesting. Oh, there's an email. Hang on, there's an email. Remember now, there's an email as well to just read you before we go. Oh my God, 2 hours and 20 minutes today. How have you managed to stay here this long? Gosh, you're great. You're great. Beverly. Here we go. Beverly. Hello, Bev. It's Bev from Lincolnshire. Hello, Bev. Hope you had a lovely holiday in Malta. I'm still catching up with the videos. A couple of last comment shows that you did mention about you have to pay these days if you want to read online newspapers. Not the whole thing. There was certainly in a Daily Mail. I like the Daily Mail, okay? I know some people don't. I think it's great. But there are sometimes then it will say plus. And when you click on that, if you want to read this article, you must subscribe and whatever. That's the sort of things I have found the way about. There's a thing called Web Archive. I think it's called Web Archive. Stu and Sarah, regular viewers and listeners to the radio show as well, they told me about Web Archive. And often you can copy and paste the address of a page of the newspaper into that, and then you can read it. Then you can read it for free. So that's worth mode. Have a look yourselves, gang. Web Archive. Type that in. Bev says, I don't know if you remember or not, but you get yourself to Bracknell Library and sign up as it's free. Now, I haven't really got time to go to libraries, okay? I want to be able to do stuff in my little studio things to bring to you what I find. You get access to an app called Press Reader, which is free. You can access over 7,000 electronic newspapers and magazines in different countries. When you choose what you want, you don't have to delete the newspaper until you've finished. It's not like a book where you have to keep renewing it. It's such a godsend, and I've saved so much money over the years as they are expensive. And that's from Bev. So that's worth looking at. And I'll see if I can type in Press Reader on my computer upstairs and see if anything comes up with that. All right. Okay. That's it for questions and comments show today. I know it's gone on a little bit today. It's gone on. So this is stone cold. I'm going to have to make myself another cup of tea. It's been a pleasure to talk to you, as always, on the show today. Once again, any of the videos that you see, thumbs up, please, and hypes on those if you can possibly do so, because it does get the message out a bit more. And if you ever want to copy and paste my videos onto your Facebook walls or however you do social media, again, just to sort of spread the word a little bit, that's also very appreciated as well. There's no live show this week because I'm going out with my nephew and his family. We're going to Skegness to remember their daughter. They lost their daughter some years ago. Olivia was her name, and she only got to about 7 years old. She had a lot wrong with her. So on birthdays, I think they do it on her anniversary as well. Birthdays and anniversary, Olivia's birthday and anniversary, they go up and they do stuff in Skegness, where they used to take her. All right. Even on this show, any comments and questions underneath there, and I'll see you again very soon. Don't forget Tuesday's video. I shall be showing you how to make lemon drizzle cake. I've already done it. Didn't turn out very well. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Cheerio now.